You know what it is. This is Street Chronicles. We chilling, talking to the brothers from the street, see what's going on with them. You know, the younger brothers. You know, kick it to a couple of us older brothers and tell us what they got on their mind. And, you know, we all see what we can do to try and make a better situation. You know what I mean? So I ain't even gonna hold it up. You know what I mean? Bring in my partner Hassan. Yo, Haas. What
Hey,
up?
what's up, good brother?
All right. I just told him I'm gonna bring you up that we're doing a little thing called Street Chronicles, where we're gonna kick it with the younger brothers about the street. You know what I mean? How they feel about the older brothers, the younger brothers, the generation before, after, just how they see life in general from their eyes. You know, a couple
Okay.
of 30-year-old men. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Andre just came in. You know what I mean? So you
Okay.
know, good. All right. So
Okay.
team in. Yo, team, what up, son? You know what I mean?
Music, what's going on, y'all?
Introduce
All
yourself.
right.
I'm a artist from Harlem. I go by the name Twan. Just put me Team Warner.
All right. Let's bring the other homie in. All right. Anthony, what up, family?
What's good? What's good?
All right. Introduce yourself, big bro. We on the air.
What's good? My name Andy. It's gonna be Chris. I'm from Harlem. Polo.
Okay.
You know?
All right. I like that. All right. Introduce yourself, Andre.
No.
My bad. My name is Dre. I'm really from 139 between Lennox and Fifth.
All right. So I got the younger brothers up here with me. How old are you, big bro?
Huh?
Andre, how old are you?
I'm 48.
48. Okay. So we get ready to begin. Y'all, if y'all got any questions that y'all want to ask each other, I'm gonna start off with a basic, adult street topic. You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as like, how do y'all see, the generation today, like the way y'all are moving? Are you comfortable with the direction that you feel that your generation is moving forward in today in 2020?
So I guess I'll start it off then. Our generation right now, not gonna lie, they're doing what they gotta do, but they're not really doing what they gotta do. You understand what I'm saying? Like they happy with what they got, but they don't really have shit. You know? They're not thinking far enough ahead, for the future. They're thinking for right now. So they can have all the fly shit, all the cars and shit, but that shit don't last forever. So you're not really having nothing, but they happy with what they got. That shit ain't no good.
Yeah. I just feel it's more void that could be filled because everybody want to be artist. What about the person that want to hold the camera? Different parts.
Hold back a little bit. We can't even see you, Frank. Like,
it's different parts. Like everybody want to be the artist. You know what I'm saying? You could be the cameraman. Somebody could be the A&R. Somebody could be the scout. It could be different positions. It'd be different job titles that structure that helps the business that we gotta learn to prosper. But it just be certain things that everybody in one job title, so it don't really help. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, a bunch of chiefs and no Indians.
Shit.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It's just like if I sew a niche, I need somebody that could like do something else that could design or something. You know what I'm saying? I don't need another sewing niche person.
So do you think that's what's happening? Is what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's too many people having the same job titles with.
So too many chiefs and no Indians.
Oh, everybody's hustlers. Everybody hustlers, not enough customers. It's more hustlers than customers.
Everybody hustles, but what about the people that's manufacturing? Who helping in the factory? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just trying to say it a little more blunt. You know what I mean? That everybody trying to do the same thing. Doing what they can do and stay in their lane so that we can move forward as a
to spread it out. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like somebody cooks in the kitchen.
Right. I think enough of us not in politics to change certain laws. Like a lot of young generation into politics. Like you don't see like Malcolm X's. You don't see those nowadays. Like you don't see them. Revolutionists. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you don't see Henry Highland Garnett and all. You don't see them people. You don't see them politicians and historians. You don't see. We all into different
You old enough
things.
to be that
Right.
leader.
Yeah,
You what, 30? You old enough to be all that. You at the beginning of your life.
yeah.
You can
Right.
be what you feel is missing. What do you? How can we put that in the pot then? What do you suggest to put that in the pot?
It's
Motherfuckers
doing that.
gotta know
Doing
themselves.
your,
That's it, man.
yeah.
Know
There you
yourself.
go. Thank you, my good brother.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Because
What he
everybody
say?
ain't
I
no
ain't I ain't
boss.
catch what he say.
I
What you
said
say,
everybody
Anthony?
gotta know themselves. Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody ain't no boss.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
You know, you gotta know your self-worth. You know what I mean? You gotta
Right.
stay in your lane and just move forward as a unit. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because you got
But
grass, you got
I think most of us don't have the education either to elevate, so it's like we be stuck.
That shit not even about education, bro. It's just about just self-knowledge, bro. Like if you know what you want to do, you
Yeah,
could
but
just do that. Niggas
it,
don't really need, because I know motherfuckers with PhDs and niggas ain't doing shit. So
yeah, but
education really ain't.
nah, just certain little degrees that'll help you get into certain other areas that you need to prosper yourself.
I mean, education is a
You know what
must.
I'm saying?
Education is a must to have, but it's not a must to succeed.
Exactly. There we go.
You know what I'm
There
saying?
we go.
Yeah,
Well, what
I know.
happens
yeah.
No.
is,
No.
can I cut you
And
on
how,
this? What happens is when we got a
And you know
culture.
what?
We have a culture
No.
right
Listen.
now.
No. Listen. I agree with the education part,
Mm-hmm.
but it's about what you're being taught.
Yeah.
I mean education, but
There
I'm
you
saying,
go.
what kind of education are you getting?
Right.
That's the whole. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, of course, we got to know how to read and we got to know how to count. That
Mm-hmm.
that's basic. You got to know to read and count and say, but what the information, the education that you're getting. What are we really getting? All of it, even when we came up, Mac, you know what I'm saying,
I'm
what were we really getting as far as when they say education? What, going to
I'm
school, going to college, graduating high school, getting a college degree, PhD, wanting to become a doctor, a lawyer, so forth and so forth and so forth. You know what I'm saying? But what about
yeah.
the key factor? What about who you are?
Right. As far as me, I'm a musician, so I
I
like
mean,
Right,
music.
right. That's right.
And
as a kid, but I wasn't really imposed as far as like you gonna go to school and be this.
yeah.
But I wasn't nurtured enough to be able to weigh my options.
Right.
See, when I came on, saying we was fortunate to have certain things like Cub Scouts, weed blows. You know, I was just on the house on about this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The cadets, shelter
Boy
arms,
Scouts, Cub Scouts.
and all these
Uh,
things allowed people in the hood to go out to do things. I don't care if it was arts and craft, the
Mm-hmm.
Poconos, Bear Mountain, basketball games. It tried to expose us
experiences.
to things
Giveaway, yeah.
outside of the neighborhood.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
even then, that still couldn't keep. I'm gonna speak for me from the streets. It still, and I had people say, "Yo, where you going, Dre? Man, go to school. What you doing over here? Your mother know you over here." And I had people try, you know what I'm saying, to stir me in the right direction. But what happened was the dynamics in my household damn near forced me in my mind that, man, I don't want to be here and deal with this. I want to go out here. And I was able to do that. Pack up and leave at 13, 14. Ain't know what I was about to get into. But once I got out there, just like going to jail. I ain't never been to jail before. I got to go and I got to adapt. I got to adjust. I might come in mild mannered, cool, humble. I might leave on a different note, or I might, throughout the course of my bid, be on some different type of time. Same thing in the street. When I got to the streets, it was like, man, oh, this is what it is. So I was forced to take on a road that necessarily that I didn't want to take on at the time. But I had to. Same thing in jail. Niggas go to jail, niggas be cool, laid back. Go to jail, and niggas get bananas, niggas be demons. But you came in mild mannered, so it's about adapting the type of education that we get. And man, I wasn't taught what it was to be a man. I wasn't taught. Not me. I ain't have that man to say, listen, man, this is what it is to be a man. Go to work every day, take care of your. So the education that we get is fucked. It's fucked up. It's
Mm-hmm.
fucked up, and their education don't make it no better. It don't make it no better. I mean, if you want to, if you just want to, the kudos, yo, I got a PhD, I got a master's, I to say that you got it, quote unquote. But are you really happy? You go through all that shit to go to school, and are you really happy, man?
Niggas retired.
That's for me.
Right.
But
Niggas
see,
be in debt.
to me, education is just getting the basics. Once you get the basics, how to read and write and add and multiply, and multiply, then it's up to you where you take it, by where you put yourself in what situation to elevate to the next level. Everything falls on you. What environment you put yourself in.
No, you're right. But
what decisions you make.
Hey, Mac, the environment that I came up, I ain't put myself there. I ain't put myself there smack in the middle of Harlem in the early 70s. I didn't put myself there. Now, if you talking about if you're an adult and you decide to go somewhere where but I, know what I'm saying? We didn't choose to be here, man. We didn't choose to be in this environment.
Excuse me, big bro. So was others that was in Harlem in the 70s that made it out. Some made it out.
No,
I get some clarity.
You're right. Some made it out.
Can I just chime in 1 second, please, y'all?
So it was a choice.
I just chime.
Go ahead, big bro.
I just want to read. I just want to read a passage. I just want to read a short little passage. I just want to chime in right here and say, as another has well said, to handicap a student by teaching him that his black face is a curse, that his struggle to change his condition is hopeless, is the worst sort of lynching. It kills one's aspirations and dooms him to vagabondage and crime. It is strange then that the friends of truth and the promoters of freedom have not risen up against the present propaganda in the schools and crushed it. This crusade is much more important than the anti-lynching movement because there would be no lynching if it did not start in the classroom. Why not exploit, enslave, or exterminate a class that everybody is taught to regard as inferior? Now that comes from Carter G. Woodson's Miseducation of the Negro. Mm-hmm. See, what happens is that we got to understand that we didn't create the conditions that we lived under. We, like Andre just said, we adapted to them. We didn't create redlining, and we didn't.
And can we make the choice on which direction we go? You know what I mean? We
adapted, and that's a fact.
At what point though, Matt? At what point do you have the option of saying to say, you know what? I don't want to be in the hood no more. I don't want to live this life no more.
It depends on the individual. When you feel it's enough, as a man.
I'm gonna tell.
Put an age on it, and neither can you. You know where your growth pattern is at. I was thrown out there at an early age to survive, and I did what I had to do, and I made it. It don't make me great. It just made me survive.
Yeah. Teach me.
Understand. Okay, that's cool. Let me show you how deep it is. Let me show you the mindset of even me sometimes. Even me. I've been in jail more than one time. I don't like jail. I hate it. I've been there more than one time. And told myself the first time I ain't never coming back. But something that was more powerful, you know what I'm saying, than my righteous thoughts, than me knowing better, caused me to go back that route. Something caused me to go back that route. Now, granted, it's on me. You're right. Whatever happens, it's on me. But my mindset, what I was taught all of years growing up, so I could go to jail, let's say at 21, first time, and say, man, I ain't never going back to jail. Right? But my lifestyle, what I was doing prior to me coming to jail, let's say I was in the streets at 15, and I ain't go to jail till maybe 4 or 5 years later. But I adapted that lifestyle. I go to jail, I get a 2 to 3 or something, 4 flat. You know what I'm saying? I do what the normal niggas do. Go up there, I meet my niggas, I do what I do. If I got to work with I come back, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's mindset, I think, is to come home, to do right, get a job, be with their family, you know what I'm saying? Do what they do. I'm thinking that's everybody's assumption. Some niggas might have a different plan. But what happens when you get out there? Okay, even though you know you want to do right, I'm speaking for me, even though I know what to do right, and I was doing right for a minute.
You right, Andre, you right.
Huh?
No.
and you know the thing.
Good, I'm listening.
You finished?
No, Andre, you right. See, the thing about it is that let me explain something to you, right? Mm-hmm. What happens is that you got good intentions, but then you gotta eat. You understand what I'm saying? But then you gotta eat. And what happens is that once you gotta eat, you follow what I'm saying? Now your good intentions that it don't went out the window. You follow what I'm saying? Now you go back to what you know. You go back to your nature. You follow what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah,
had the
but
same experience.
that
You know
could
what
be
I'm
a
saying?
test,
I had the
though,
same
Haas, you
experience.
know?
I had to Ray, we was in there together. Ray, we was in there
You
together,
gotta be
right
a
or
test.
wrong.
What'd you say, Ant?
Huh?
I said that shit could be a test, bro. Like, it's all about where your mind is at when your ass come home. You can't go around the same motherfuckers thinking it's gonna be a different type of outcome, bro.
They
Now
try
check
to
this
Can't
out.
get
Look
do
what you
that.
said, Ant. Ant. Look what you
try
said,
not
Ant.
to curse
Key
when
word. Look what you just
so
said,
kids
Ant.
will look at it.
Look what you
You
just
know
said.
what I'm saying?
And
Try not to curse in case kids are looking at it because he said the F.
Okay,
Right?
okay, okay, okay.
like,
My
prime
bad.
example, Ant. Prime example, man. You said it. Coming home in the same environment, coming home around the same people. So hard to say. So what happens when you come home, you're doing good, working, take your daughter out, you feeling good, but you feeling like, man, I'm doing some part, I'm doing the right thing. And then like Haas said, that work slowed up, you might lose job, you might went to work, had a little verbal argument with your boss, he fired you. You like, man, that's crazy. I was working hard for that. It's crazy. Because when you come home, I've experienced, when people know that you on paper, you a parolee, sometimes they tend to handle you knowing that they got the upper hand on you. So it's a lot of
Right.
pressure when people. It's a lot of pressure when brothers. When I came home, it was a lot of pressure, and I was blessed to come on both my beds. I have a support system where
Craig.
I had gear, I had money to put in my pocket.
Hold up. Yeah, okay, hold on. Let me say something for a minute, House. Because I gave everybody a chance to speak
Yeah, you're good, brother.
because I noticed that you spoke on everything. You get locked up, you go up north, you get with the homies, you do your thing, you do your bit. You know what I mean? You come home, and then you know what I mean. You do the right thing with the kids. You know what I mean? And you're trying to get a job. Things is hard. You know what I mean? And it's hard to get back into society because you're an ex-felon and everything else, right? You see what I'm saying? Now, you said everything right there, except what you did when you was in the inside to prepare yourself for when you come on the outside.
Thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
You ain't say nothing what you did on the inside. And I sat back and let everybody speak. One second, Big Car. 1 second. Only one talk. And then I'm gonna let you talk. We're not trying to get on you. I'm just telling you what I heard.
Oh no, you can't get on me, brother. I hear you. You can't get
Okay,
on me.
no,
Man. You can't get on me.
kicking it. You know what I mean? That's what I heard. I might be wrong. That's what I heard. That's why you're gonna let me know. That's what I heard. Now you're gonna let me know I might have misinterpreted it, but let me say how I heard it. I heard you skip the whole part about what you did on the inside to prepare for the outside. You didn't say not one thing. And then you said you went from the outside, you got with the homeboys, and you did your thing that ain't to do your bit. So you got back.
No. You did mishear what I said. I didn't say I got with my homeboys and I did my thing.
All right,
and
correct.
I did. I got about 5 trades in jail. I got my GED. I dealt with brothers, know what I'm saying, who had something to give me. I ain't joined no gang. I dealt with the nation's guards and earths, Muslims. I politic with everybody, day in and day out. All my beds. I sat in them and I thought long and hard. I spoke to brothers who ain't never coming home. Brothers who are in there right now, long and hard. And I tried to prepare myself. But that's just like trying to prepare yourself to go in there. How you prepare yourself to go in jail and you ain't never been in there? How you prepare yourself to go in and you ain't never been in there? Same thing trying to come out.
Hey, yo,
So
Dre.
Hold up, Hans. I did everything.
Dre, you see? Now you just shared what you did when you was in there. You had skipped that when you told the story, so that's why I pointed it out. So I commend you on doing that when you was in there. You didn't say that. You just said this, and then you went there, and you left out the whole middle.
Right. Because we were speaking about, we were speaking on something different. So I ain't going to all the way into that. But believe you me, I did everything, and the person that I am today. Because my thing ain't just stop in jail. My thought process ain't just stopping there. I think every day out here. Every day I walk out and I know that, my life could be snatched away any day out here. every day for me, you know what I'm saying, I walk on eggshells. Not like really, but I got to be mindful. If I get an altercation on the street, if I get in an argument, if police stop me, I know what it is. So I try, you know what I'm saying, my character to this day, people say, man, Dre, man, and I'm 48. And to hear people tell me at 48 years old, man, yo, Dre, man, keep doing what you're doing, beloved, man. Like, for real, I thought you would, you know what I'm saying? It's no different than a lot of my peers. I didn't think you would be here. And a lot of my peers ain't here, man. A lot of them ain't here. Me and Hans was locked up down in South Carolina together. And I even then I was trying to like, man, I ain't trying to come back to this. But, you know, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, you know, I came home and, you know what I'm saying, I fell through the cracks again, as I see a lot of brothers do. And it hurts me to see brothers like older than me sit back and try to condemn the young brothers now, no matter what they doing. You can't condemn them, man. If you come from the streets of heart, you can't condemn these young brothers, man.
That's right.
I don't care if they're gang banging. I don't care what they doing. You can't condemn them, man.
You can't.
We are dead wrong, bro, to do that.
Yeah.
We dead wrong. Right. I don't care if nigga walking, killing nigga.
Because we ain't show them no better.
Daughter.
We ain't show them no different.
Exactly. You got OGs out here, no saying that want to try to fit in with these brothers, man. And I like to get fly. I like to still, you know, put it on, but I'm not out here, you know, saying throwing bricks at the penitentiary to get it. I ain't got to go down to Gucci and to get it. I know that I make what I put on look decent. I'm 48. I'm not doing that, running around. And I seen grown people, man, grown brothers older than me, little under me, you know what I'm saying, out here, stood like having niggas run and do shit that they ain't trying to do. Or you already been in the joint, you gonna sit in there on a doja mission like that? No, just like, come on, man. So I mean, I don't knock it. I respect it.
At what point is enough enough? I mean, that's what it comes down to. At what point is enough enough?
It's been enough.
There's been enough. Fact, the point is over the point now.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is this. See, we can speak and we can have a voice. But my thing is the people, you know what I'm saying, who are in positions, man, people who have that platform, who look just like you and me, who got my brothers deceived every day in out with this music, with this fashion, with everything, man. So when you got brothers like us trying to reach out to brothers, you know what I'm saying, and give them the real hands-on, they already blinded, man. They blinded because everything I hear is about, yo, get the bag. Right. Even women. Oh, I gotta go to work. I got $2. I gotta get that bag. Bills gotta get paid. Get the bag. So unconsciously, you know what I'm saying, we send out people, you know what I'm saying, right in the
That's right.
Subconsciously,
right in the trap.
That's right.
So that's why I said,
that's right.
It's the education. You could go to school and have a PhD and all that. But do you have common basic knowledge, common skills for the street,
That's
man?
true.
No, you don't.
That's
no,
true.
you don't. So when it's time to reach these brothers out here, man, you know what I'm saying, Malcolm X said it best, man. You got to come to the people as the people. Point
That's
blank.
right.
You can't come with no bow tie, with no Bible, with no Quran, with no suit on the corner. Somebody, yo, let me holler at you, young brother. Being Pie, final call. No, I'm good. I'm good.
Right. That's right.
Now we good over here.
Hold on, Andre. Hold on. Let Anthony speak. Go ahead, talk to Anthony.
Oh, my bad.
Nah, I just said, like, now you're right. I'm sorry for cursing. Nobody trying to hear all that, like being, like you saw the Bean Pie. You on there trying to preach, man. Nobody trying to hear that, man.
But I tell you what. Let me pull up in the Wraith. Let me pull up in the Mean bumping some Meek Mills, blowing that bag.
We're gonna talk.
Now you know what? You know why? Because they got something in common.
Right.
They want the money, they want the car, and they want what I got.
Exactly.
Yo, what up?
Right.
What's good? Yo, what's up? Okay, I see you. Where you get that from? But you know what I could do? You know what I could do? What's up? Take a ride. Spark up. I could take them somewhere and we could go start building. Or something positive. And they might not want to hear that first, but if it got something to do with what I got.
It's all about money, man. Like, you could do what you just said and tell them to invest, bro. You could be like, yo, save 10,000 when you got 10,000, come holler at me. Then from right there, you could start him on like a whole new path, bro. Instead of saying, oh, do this. So you gotta have some action behind it. There gotta be something. It can't just be like, yo, do this on your own. Like nobody gonna follow like that. People don't even learn like that. You know, it got to be something behind. You got to have a goal to reach, and then when you reach that goal, then come holler at me.
I like
That's
that.
the only way people get.
You know.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna tell.
Yeah,
You know, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? I'm gonna tell you, Nick. I'm gonna tell you what it takes because I got a master's degree. I got a bachelor's degree. Andre met me on the yard. Chris met me teaching classes in the polo grounds. You follow what I'm saying? So all right. So what? How did I make that transformation? Because when Andre met me on the yard, by the time Andre came home, I was back in the game. You follow what I'm saying? I was back in the game with 2 kids. Now I had 2 kids and I was stuck in something that I couldn't leave. It was so powerful that I didn't know because I didn't know what to do. I said, yeah, I'm gonna do the good job thing. I'm gonna do the right thing. I went and got the maintenance job, this, that, and the other. That's the only job I ever wanted was a maintenance job because I ain't never had no job. I was raised up out here since I was a baby. See, I wasn't raised by my mother and father. I was raised by the state. I was in group homes and all that since I was a baby. You follow what I'm saying? All right, so then boom. All right, so when even Andre talk about, yo, I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna miss my kids. I'm gonna get my kids. Then one day I'm doing a group the maintenance jobs, and I went to buy my kids some sneakers, and it was like, yo, I thought there was $90 for 2 pairs of sneakers, was 45 each. It was like, nah, 180. I said 180. I said 90 a piece, and these little girls is just still this small. I said, I know what I got to do. And said, it wasn't even no question. It wasn't even no second thought. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, I'm right back in it like I never left. You know what I'm saying? And I was in like I never left. And then all of a sudden, and I'm back, I'm like, yo, and then all of a sudden, some said, yo, I gotta leave this shit the fuck alone. I kept hearing this song. It's hard to say, shake this feeling that I might get knocked. And you know what I'm saying? And I'm back. I'm all the way back, wide the fuck open. And I'm like, it's almost like being a crackhead, like you was getting off drugs. You follow what I'm saying? And I'm back in the same shit I was never going to do again. That I said I was never ever going to do again. And I'm back. I'm like, how did I get back here? And then you know what? It took me going cold turkey. I had to go to college. I checked in the PC like somebody in jail. I said, you know what? I got to get off these streets. I said, I got this GED. I said, I'm going to school. I said, I gotta do something. And and then what happened was I was walking by faith and not by sight without even knowing it. You know what I'm saying? Because how you going to disown the game that you love, that you live and breathe for? I lived and breathed this. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't something that was a plaything for me. You know what I mean? And when you live and breathe something, and this is your life, and you love it, and this is all you know, that's all you gonna give. And this is the one time, and I'm my sins, because I taught the youth this by them seeing me, by the shit I did, by me making moves and this, that, and other. You know what I'm saying? I taught it to them. You know how many kids come back and say, yo, you said this? And I said, and I know I said it. I'm like, damn, I told you that? And I'm like, I can't even believe I said that. But you know, I thought I was giving them the right information at the time. Right. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was giving them the right shit at the time. I'm so because I'm doing what the old timers told me. They say you get back at the white man, get money. White man don't get money. So I got money and I kept getting money. But you know what? I wasn't employed, I was poisoning myself. I was poisoning myself. I was destroying me because all of this stuff. Let me tell you something. I studied. Every run is a 5-year run. Give it to the greatest. John Gotti at his top had a 5-year run. It's 5 years, baby, at the top. So what happens is that, but you worth more than that. You worth more than that 5 years. You follow what I'm saying? And that's what I learned. That's what I learned. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I learned that I come from something. That I come from the greatest people that ever walked the earth. When I realized that black was something. Now check this out. How I ain't know that black was something, and my father was a black history teacher. My father teach black history. So how I ain't know black history? Because he ain't raised me. He was a walking contradiction of it. You follow what I'm saying? He was a walking contradiction of it. You was like, fuck the white. You was like, don't mess with these white people in the house. But then on the outside, you kissing they behind. So it confused me. And it made me, and all the other stuff, me seeing a murder, PTSD. I saw a murder at 4 years old. All this stuff confuses you. You follow? Just like you saying, Andre, and we create the environment. Sociology is in our response to the environment. Our response to the environment is sociology. The environment is not just the rain, the sun, the moon, the stars, cold. The environment is the economic environment, mental health environment, or the educational environment. And what happens is when I was doing my master's degree, let me tell you what this professor told me, that education just follow the instructions. It's no more than people doing them on them phones, following instructions. I don't like messing with them phones because I don't like following instructions. But education is just follow instructions. But the mere imparting of information is not education. Knowledge is something you know how to use it. And when I turned this information and learned how to use it, I said, you know what? I couldn't turn it to somebody, a weirdo. I had to come back to my people. I said, Joe, listen, man, they blowing smoke up our behinds, man. This ain't really like the way it is. They ain't really as smart as they say it is. I used to mentor spar with degree, most supervisor's degree from Columbia University. Yo, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but yo, she couldn't even stand close to me and talk about intellect. You follow what I'm saying? So when we talk about Ivy League education versus me going to community colleges and this, that, and the other, you follow what I'm saying? And you still couldn't spar with me because you know what I'm saying? We allowing them to play us out. We allowing them to allow these little positions to make us think that they really smart and important when they really not, because nothing what I learned in the school outweighs what I learned from Diane Horton, what I learned from Nola Rutledge, what I learned from Cora Andrews. You follow what I'm saying? What I learned from Greta, from his mother, from Andre's mother. You follow what I'm saying? Nothing outweighs that. Nothing outweighs that mother wit. And what we have to start realizing and stop going for pretending that this education is making us superior. Because what happens is if you got an education and it doesn't allow you to use words like insalubrious, which means unhealthy, deleterious, which means unhealthy, it's nefarious, which means evil. You follow what I'm saying? Mendacious, which means the lie. None of these people vocabulary go into that realm. Because it's my education. When me and Andre was on their yard, I read the dictionary every day. Every day I read it. Every day we did. You follow what I'm saying? To give because we.
But you know what, Haj, but you know what? I mean, at the end of the day, man. I mean, when we look at what's going on out here in these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we can always speak up, but you know what I'm saying? It's about having the ability, you know what I'm saying? All that, you know what I'm saying? If you reach one is good and all that, you know what I'm saying? That's cool, you know what I'm saying? But when you got all these prominent figures out here, even dudes in the street who getting money or who might have a little clout with they block or their neighborhood or their radius. I don't understand why is it so hard for all these people, you know what I'm saying, who have quote unquote this clout or all this in the streets with, I don't care if you're affiliated with a gang or whatever. You mean to tell me, you know what I'm saying, we can't police or like our own? Manhattan ain't but so big. Even if we just got to start with Harlem, it ain't but so big here from the east to the west. You mean to tell me information travels like this? Dudes in jail find out we're going to the street before sometime what the street go on, and vice versa. So how is it that all these things going on the street and certain people get wind of it? I mean, I feel like this, and this might be far-fetched, but it starts with us, man. Like they said, you know what I'm saying? It starts with your household, man. We got all that, you know, looking for the police to come and do all that, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it may sound far-fetched, you know what I'm saying? But we got to start somewhere, man. We got to start, and it's sad, it's because I'm saying all these people in these streets, quote unquote, who got, like I said, got some, they name ring bells or whatever, whether it be the Guy Fishers, whoever, all these people who are still connected and got all these ties. You mean something like we can't get together and have people come together and say, listen, man, this is what we're gonna do, man. Starting with Central Harlem or East of Harlem, man. We're gonna get all the gang, whoever it is, man. Forget the police and just do it by word of mouth. By word of mouth, man. Cause this how it got to happen, man. All that, you know what I'm saying, letting the what they do to buy the guns back and, you know, working with the police and, you know, all. It's a no-go, man. It's a no-go, man. It's a no-go. We got to do things on our own. That is just that simple. We don't need no outside nothing, but it starts with us, man. And if we ain't gonna do it here, You think them niggas, them dudes that got a couple dollars, or I'm saying, you think they gonna do it? Cause they looking at us, I'm saying, like how the white man is, man. They don't care. You think I'm gonna risk my life for them niggas down there when I'm good over here? And what's sad is them young brothers that's out here, you know what I'm saying, I like rap. I listen to it. But I ain't deceived by it. You got brothers thinking that these dudes is really out here in these streets, and these kids, and these dudes' kids is going to private school. These dudes' kids ain't even growing up in these streets. Nowhere around it. Nowhere around it. But yet and still you get on the radio every day making albums
exactly
about the same thing you were speaking about when you was 21 years old when you first started. Now you 39, 38, 31, and you still talking about guns and hoes and mollies and this, that, and the third and all. And every now and then you might make a song about police brutality. You might make a song about mental health. You might, and I just wholeheartedly evident I'm saying we make a profit off our own ignorance just like them. We make a profit every chance we get. Black Lives Matter. I don't care what it is. We trying to make $1. Selling Lysol. How? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. And then the ones that the people look up to, they're not keeping it 100. They're not keeping it 100, man. You should be charged with manipulating, deceiving, and leading your brother and sister astray. You should be charged with that. Anybody who does that, I was guilty of it at one time. I was just as guilty, man.
Exactly.
And it hurts my heart to see these people, you know what I'm saying, like really fall for it. Like really be like, no, saying, oh, he did what? Nah, I don't think he did that. Oh, you just hating. Oh, she did what? Oh, I don't believe. Oh, you just hating. Oh, they getting that bad. You see what they driving?
Should be the facade, man. It's a facade.
What can I do? But if the ones who's creating this image say, listen, man, this is all fake, man. What you see me rhyming and rapping and doing all that, man, it's all fake, man. I'm just like you. But they don't do that. They only see the good side of it, man. And when they do see the bad side, oh, that's messed up. We are so messed up, man. And people say, and it just showed me, no disrespect to anybody, who voted, you know what I'm saying? But to see my people running around, go, same thing like when Diddy came out, rock the vote, go rock the vote, go rock the vote for Barack, go rock the vote for Barack, go rock the vote. Same thing here. Oh, go for Trump. I think Trump was a better fit. Oh, he's a money man. Just to hear my people, and these are people who are educated.
Exactly.
These are people who are educated. Doctors, lawyers, technicians, all that. Oh, he's good on this aspect. And I'm talking about black folk. Black folk. How? So you can't know history. You can't know what's going on, man. You can't. But if you feel like, man, well, you know, Dre, I got to make a choice. I mean, what am I going to do? I got to make a choice. That's the point. They put you in the box and say, man, you got to make a choice, man. Which warden you want to run the yard? Which warden you want to run the yard? You want that warden to run it? It don't make me no difference what warden to run the yard. Because neither one of them got my interest at heart. Neither one of them. I don't care if they give us extra food in the commissary, give us extra weights on the yard, give us extra hour on visit. So that makes me what now? Like the warden? Like the policies now? No.
Right.
Look what's going on in the street. Everybody want to pick the warden, man. I'm gonna pick this warden. Because this warden, he all right. He may be hard up, but he gonna make sure we eat. I'm gonna pick this warden because he gonna make sure you know the schooling is better and you know we get more stamps and you know we ain't gotta wait that much longer in the ER. Come on, man. Come on, man. I tell people all the time, if we had a black president in office and we still have black men and women and kids getting murdered, still going to jail unjustly, what are you going to tell me about anybody else? If a black man can't stop black men, women, and children from being murdered by the police for 2 terms in office, ain't nobody make a policy and say, ain't nobody make a policy and say, man, oh, if you kill anybody black, unarmed, or anybody for that matter, you're going to be held to the highest standard of like everybody else. But we still go out there and we run. What I look like taking a knife to a gunfight. What like going to you see what happened downtown? See how they broke the lady, broke the window with the lady with the kids in the car? Like, dude, come on, man. Come on. But I understand you in between a rock and a hard place. I get it. That's how I felt when I was young. I told how they were saying, I came up, man. Even to this day, I feel robbed, Mecca. I feel violated, bro. I feel stripped of my youth and all that. But it is what it is. I'm grown now, but
Why? From your incarceration?
From everything. Everything.
Tell them. That's what I want you to tell them.
Everything.
You know?
And
That's
I'm
true.
48. And I'm 48, bro. I'm 48. I work out. I try to take care of myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm 48. But when I look at it, man, even though I see what's going on with my people in the streets, and that hurts my heart. But you know, I gotta put the H on my chest, I gotta handle it. You know what I'm saying? But I can't point a finger. I can say, wow, nigga did what, nigga got killed? Oh, that's crazy. Oh, they bugging. I say things like that, but I can't really point no finger. I can't go down there and say, oh, throw away the key on them. Because if it was my brother or my uncle that did the killing, I might say, yeah, what they did was wrong, but that don't negate that that's my family. So why are you so quick to send somebody else's child under the river? How? And these white folks sit back day in and day out and they look at that. They say they ain't never gonna learn. And these quote unquote uppity black folks say the same thing. Say the same, and you just said it a minute ago, Matt. You said it's about you want to change your condition. It's about you want, and you know you got people who got PhDs and master's degrees and who live in the Hamptons, and they'll say they look down on people like me and say, man, well, I grew up in the ghetto. My mother and father didn't work, and I made it to blase blah and blase blah and blase blah and blase blah. Why can't you do it? If it was that easy, if it was that simple, I don't think it would be right and wrong. God and devil, if it was that simple, man. So some people going to fall by the wayside because if you don't, how would I know what it is to make it?
But that's the point that I was making. That's the point. That's the point that I was making. That the choice is there. That's it. What you do with it is on you. What I do with it is on me. You know what I mean? So I might take it and become a kingpin, and then you might take it and become a doctor. You know what I mean? And he might take it and become a baggage boy, you know, in the local grocery store, and you know, don't do nothing but sit home scratching his balls, you know, drinking beer, watching the Lakers.
Right,
you know
right.
I mean? But these are the choices and directions that we chose to go down. But the choice was there. It's what you put with it, to build with it, to strengthen it, to get to the highest level. And you're not doing nothing wrong if you don't get to the highest level, because the person at the highest level might not even be as happy and content as a person out here living a simple life, going paycheck to paycheck. But he ain't got no stress to worry about paying for the 3 Bentleys and the 2, you know, houses for the 2 mistresses, you know what I mean? And the office downtown and the office for the mistress beauty parlor, you know what I mean? And a lot of problems come when all of this come in. But a simple dude is down there looking back like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with none of that. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is the choice was there, and it's up to us what we choose to do with it. And nobody can knock us for what we choose to do with it, whether we go up top and look down from our nose, or we stay on the bottom and do what we feel to do and grind or whatever. Because those are just choices that we made.
No.
Choice. And we put ourselves in the physical environments, you know what I mean, that led us to the circumstances that physically molded us into who we are. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead. You want to say something?
No. I agree. At no saying at some, but the mind state of some of us, man, like me, you know what I'm saying? I still suffer from, sometimes I'm saying, from anxiety and depression. And this is based on accumulation of what I've experienced coming up. Because prior to me going to jail doing my bids, I didn't have any of the issues I deal with today. None of them.
You didn't have
some
what?
People, some people might.
You didn't have what? You didn't have any
none
of the issues?
None of the issues. None of the issues that I deal with today.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Prior to me going to jail, I didn't have none of the issues. So a majority of my issues stem from being incarcerated. Mm-hmm. To this day, I still do things, you know what I'm saying, in regards to a jail aspect. My sleeping pattern, getting up early in the morning.
Andre, let's get this straight. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with.
No, not.
I know that. Not just being funny. It was being funny. But meaning, they tell us these things. You know what I mean? From when we on the inside, like, something wrong with us. You understand what I'm saying? When it's the environment, you lock a man in a cage for 23 hours a day, and you want his mind to be like yours that see the world. You understand what I'm saying? When all he sees is this little wall, this box.
And that's what happened.
You know what I mean? So it's all a little. That's why they asked me going through my vision.
Right, but look,
you burnt out. Okay.
No. Nobody never told me that. I went and seen a therapist down the line and got diagnosed. But I'm talking about outside of somebody telling me. I know me better than I know me. Your body gonna tell you. So when you experience things, it's like, why am I getting nervous like that? Why am I? You know what I'm saying? It was just you know what I'm saying? Because for me, this is why I deal with. I don't like being enclosed. Before I went to jail, I didn't have.
Okay, pause. You're saying what I'm saying. You're saying exactly what I'm saying. It's not a normal environment to put a man of any race in a 2x4 and lock him away for 23 hours a day. His mind is not going to be the same. He's going to develop paranoia, schizophrenics, and other, medical disorders, mental disorders.
Right.
I mean, I have it to a degree. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we all pick these things up. Like I said, brother say, oh man, Unique, you burnt out. And I said, yeah, I've been in 20 years in prison. If I'm not burnt out, that means that I'm really burnt out. If I don't know that I'm burnt out, I ain't seen the outside world in 20 years. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
And his brothers like you and I, or whoever was saying that. I mean, we check this out. We got the system. Miss Aisha say cool, right? She got the stop the gun violence. I'm saying speak peace forward and all that, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying what she's doing is nothing is wrong with that, right? Not at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure on her defense she was saying, well, what are you doing? What is anybody else doing out here to do? Cool, granted, you're right. Not that she's doing any harm, but how much good are you doing to go every time somebody gets shot or stabbed, to go on Facebook Live and report it? We here at the hospital, you know what I'm saying, speaking to the family and granted, cool. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing to combat the violence? What are you
exactly?
I mean, are you out here, you know what I'm saying, talking to dudes in the street who, you know what I'm saying, who gun boys without feeling like you got to go to the police and then tell the police that no. See, this is what I mean. People want to be out there on the forefront, but they want to gain $1, personal for whatever. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying she's doing nothing wrong, but my thing is this, man. I'm from the streets like Harlem, just like everybody else. How do you have this speak peace forward? But and I'm not saying that. I'm saying that she can. But you got, you know what I'm saying, if you got this and you quote unquote getting money, you getting funded for it, how are you not doing that much more to like really, you know what I'm saying, like really curb the gun violence? I mean, I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm saying like if you talk about, you know what I'm saying, stopping the gun, if you talk about, you know what I'm saying, blacks, innocent women and kids being killed day in and day out in Brooklyn, Queens, whatever. Go ahead, Matt.
Not really up to her though, bro. She can't stop that. She could try. She can't stop it. She can't.
No, you're right. She can't stop it. But what I'm saying is, don't take a platform and just use it. You know what I'm saying? And I mean she's doing something. Of course she's doing something. You know what I'm saying? But I mean like. I just feel like she could be doing more with the resources.
She's never going to be able to do it though. The thing about it is,
she's not. But this right here,
I'm saying. But
the thing about it is,
anything that you do.
Anthony got to say. Anthony say them all night.
Go ahead.
Now, what I was going to say was,
yeah.
Everything started like within the community, right? For change and all that. You can't try to change the world like you can't change yourself, you know? So like for example,
Right.
I did a bunch of like me and my man, we did a bunch of like back to school drives, cook drives, and like feeding people for Thanksgiving and all that. Just me and my man, just us two in my hood.
Beautiful.
We just did it by ourselves, right? So we had everybody else in the hood like seeing what we doing. So now when they like, damn, that's fire, bro. Like I want to do the same shit. Just let me know when you do it again. So we lead in by example. Even if they my age or younger, like if they my age, like I'm showing them like, yo, you out here getting money. Let's help the community out. And now I'm showing the young boys like, look what we doing with y'all. So like when y'all get older, y'all do the same shit. You know?
That's right.
That's
You know
one way to change it. That's like,
I commend you on that, bro. And I'm saying I appreciate you for that. And keep on doing it. Because I mean that's what we need. Because you look like you got a little swag with you. You know what I'm saying? You speak like they got a little lingo with you. It's like so that's what I mean by being able to attract people. See how he got this hoodie on?
Right.
Like he can walk up on him like what's up and holler. And a brother be more inclined to sit and listen to him. Maybe even me, depending on how I'm dressed or if I'm blowing it down. You know what I'm saying? But
he come up on me with that hoodie, I'm pulling out. I mean, I'm not letting them close to me with that hoodie on.
And you know what? I used to be the same way when I came home.
Especially Corey, because he probably got a mask too. See, that's why I had to get rid of him.
I used to be the same way when I came home. But you know what I would love to do though, man. And I just spoke to brother. I'm saying he grew up around 138. He a cop though. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of funny to say, but you know, he appears to be like, you know, I ain't that type of time. You know, I do my job, drink, but I definitely want to start something with the youth.
So start it up, man. The more you wait, that shit ain't gonna happen. You gotta just do it.
You're right, but you know what I'm saying. But see, this is what I'm saying. Like, but see, I know that certain things need to be in place.
Man, you don't know what's gonna happen unless you do it, man. That's the excuse right there, man.
You start not just sentence with but.
Exactly. You don't know what's gonna happen.
You know why?
I got all these problems.
You know why? You know why? Because if you don't sit back and actually think about things, just try to go ahead and say shit. Oh, this is gonna go. No saying. Then when something happens, it's like, well, I wasn't anticipating that. See, I try to anticipate. You know what I'm saying? The do's and the don'ts.
You can't anticipate nothing, brother. You don't know what's gonna happen, man. You can't anticipate nothing.
No, you're right. You know you're right. But listen, you know what I'm saying? But now you saying you can't anticipate nothing. You know what I'm saying? In that sense, I'm always and I got to anticipate. Not to the point to where it's going to discourage me. You know what I'm saying? But I still got to say,
level coming from the anxiety.
Huh?
You're an overthinker.
That's where your anxiety coming from.
Exactly. You hit it right on the head, Anthony. Overthinker.
I sat back and waited patiently for 26 years. Motion after motion after motion after motion. I got boxes of motions. You know what I mean? I've been sending home from all over the country for 26 years. You know what I mean? I knew God was going to come through when he was ready. But God didn't want me to fall back and wait for him. God gave me the will to move forward and keep things going. You know what I mean? To keep that train moving. You know what I mean? Until like that little turtles, I think I can. You know what I mean? That's how I chipped at the door and chipped at the door. You know what I mean? Well,
I started the process because I spoke to 3 people already. You know what I'm saying? It went from just a thought to me actually, you know what I'm saying, going to somebody, you know what I'm saying, and expressing my thought. You know what I'm saying? And they were interested, you know what I'm saying? But for me, for who I'm trying to attract, you know what I'm saying? I want to come on a, you know what I'm saying? Because I know what it's going to do. I know what it's going to do.
Somewhere, homie.
You got to manifest it, man.
No.
Just get it started. That's it. Start talking about it. Get it started. And believe me, they say you build it, it will come.
Now you're right.
If you build it, they will come.
That's
right.
right.
You gotta come to the channel loving it.
We started. It start. I'm an example of it.
There you
I'm
go.
an example. Yo, I just said,
Haas
hey, yo,
started to build it for
I'm gonna
me.
change my life, and I just switched up.
There you go.
Yo, Haas, you started to build
And
it
you
for
know
me.
what?
Because I was going to the center when I met you. I was going for the girls. I
Right,
just happened to sit down
right,
and just listen to what you were saying. That shit just called me. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck with this.
right,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna vibe with Haas, you know? Because like
right, right,
what he
right,
was saying, like it was catching me. I'm like, yo, that's true. Even if I don't know
right,
it, I can feel it. It feel like it's true, you know. So that just stuck
right,
with me. I'm like, yo, whenever he teaching, like I'm in there. So then we in there, we vibing, and then I can relate to Haas too, because what he's saying, like the lingo and everything,
uh,
like it's like I feel it's true, you know.
right,
That just
right,
stuck with me. So like whenever I'm out there, like
right.
I'm outside, like I'm with the, I'm outside with the homies and all that. I'm thinking past what everybody else is thinking because of Haas, you know.
He's
I'm
smart.
always thinking ahead. I'm
Right.
thinking of the
Man, thank
consequences
you.
of this and everything else.
Well, it sounds like you're saying he's
You know,
sparking atoms within your brain cells.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's
definitely.
exactly what he did.
Just
That,
spark at life. You know,
Exactly what he did.
things bigger and grander. You know what I mean? It's opening your mind up. You know what I mean? That's what knowledge do.
that's right.
That's why the first thing
That's
I do
right.
is learn your ABCs. Once I learned that, it was off to the races, just like building a YouTube. You know what I mean?
right,
So go more book, different book, read a book, then that. Then you try to write a book, that, you know, and you keep it moving and keep your brain cells occupied. You know what I mean?
that's right.
But like I said,
Definitely.
like I was telling Dre earlier, you know, when you go in there, man, you know, that's not a normal environment. So don't expect to come out the same way you went in. Now, I'm not saying directly to you. I'm just saying people in general, when they go in there, they can't expect to come out the same way they went in. You know what I mean? Some gonna grow, some gonna stay the same, and some gonna get dumber. You know what I mean? And some gonna get more evil, more bitter. You know what I mean? It create monsters in there because it attacks the mind differently, and it depends what he went through. You know, in his childhood, that you know what school decided to get twitch if he's gonna go be a serial killer or serial raper.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? You
It
know,
sound like what you're saying right now. Like it sounds like it don't like attack the mind. It just shows you what kind of person you really are. Like if you're going to be a follower or you're going to be a leader. That's what
exactly,
it sounds like. It's
exactly.
Well,
All of that.
what happens is this, right? You know, like when you deal with the Hinduism, right? They deal with the chakras. You know what I'm saying? You can go with your higher nature, your lower nature. All right. What happens is that when you're dealing with the higher nature, you start dealing with intellect. When you deal with the lower nature, you're dealing with emotion. You follow what I'm saying? It's about being able to know how to check those emotions and use intellect over emotion. You know what I'm saying? Because we all suffer from PTSD. Each and every one of us suffer from PTSD because each and every one of us has experience of heard of experience of someone or traumatic experience or an event or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's through, you know what I'm saying? What happens is that it's two things that control everybody. That control everybody. Things we feel bad about ourselves and things that people did bad to us through life. Those two things we got to control. We got to grasp that. We got to control and say, those things don't own us. You follow what I'm saying? We can't let those things own us because even though we leave the penitentiary, we still in jail. Because you can go as far as your money go. The Lenox Avenue's the commissary. I'm from Lincoln. So Lenox Avenue's the commissary. In front of the projects is the yard. You follow what I'm saying? Upstairs in the apartments, the housing unit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Only here you gotta pay for yourself. You know what I mean? And what happens is that we not free. We not thriving. You know what I'm saying? That same wretchedness that we see in the penitentiary, we also see it out here because you see people that have no more hope. They have no more dreams. I'm from Harlem. I remember in Harlem, it was the buildings was messed up, but the people look good. Everybody look good. Everybody look sharp. Now the buildings is fixed and everybody look bad. Everybody look bad now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's the mindset because we being overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love yourself. We being overwhelmed. And like I said, the education didn't help me personally. You know what I mean? Man, this, talking to Chris, talking to Andre, talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that I'm not alone. Because you come up how you feel like you're alone. You follow what I'm saying? And we didn't create these conditions. We didn't create these conditions that we live in. You know, we didn't create the environment that we live in. We didn't create the economic environment that twists our mind that says, you know what, I gotta go do this and I gotta go do that. You follow what I'm saying? We didn't create that. And you know, it's not our fault. It's the elders. We got to create institutions in our community. We got to create hospitals. We got to create these things so that our youth can have places to learn, to exercise their youth, to learn, to grow, to acquiesce to being a larger and better. We're not creating nothing. You know what I mean? Right there with Drake from, right there on 38th Street. So boy, they had the Harlem Renaissance Ballroom. They turned that into a building. How you gonna take our history? The first indoor basketball team, the first indoor basketball game was right there on 138th and 7th Avenue.
Right.
It went from a ballroom to a basketball game. The Harlem Wrens. You know what I'm saying?
Renaissance.
We gotta know our history. You're exactly Renaissance. You know what I'm saying? We gotta know our history. We gotta know what's going on to give it.
Huh? They used to throw the parties in there in the 70s, remember?
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
African Bambaataa Theodore. You know what I mean? The L brothers.
Right. You're right.
Yeah, that was the Renaissance.
You're right. The Grand with the Theodore. You said the Grand with the Theodore.
Take the old day and it might hit the fever afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Go upstairs in the back. You know, you got me riding, man. You took me there, but now go ahead. Go ahead. You know what I mean? They took the history, put the building on where you was at.
Yeah. And they destroyed. And see, you know what? And this is what we gotta preserve our history. We gotta, you know what built my self-esteem, what was able to pull me from those streets was learning that I came from the Olmecs, was learning that I came from the people that created pyramids, was learning that I created people that created language. That's what pulled me away. When I found out I'm related to them, I'm not related to Kunta Kinte.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But even that though, even to go back, no sense to what Mecca said about the education. Once you pass high school and you get to college, especially depending on what college you get, now you begin to really begin to taste of what America is going on. And then
exactly.
All these black people, know what I'm saying, who go to these HBCUs and pledge Greek. Dude, how you
exactly
doing, you pledging to a Greek fraternity, and then so that right there gives them a taste of, and for us.
Andre, tell them what the Greek is, big brother.
The cross and the burning sands, right?
Well, the Greek is really us. The Greek is really us. Sansaret is a pharaoh named Sansaret who actually conquered Greece. See, they were the Etruscans, yo. I go in. You follow what I'm saying? So what happens is that. See, what happens is that who taught Plato? Who taught Aristotle? Who taught Socrates? Where did they come? They came to Egypt. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that so what happens is that they came to us. But what Andre is saying is correct, because what happens is that education, it makes you disconnects you from the people. You know, and Chancellor Williams says this. Chancellor Williams, who wrote Destruction of Black Civilization. Chancellor Williams, I'm gonna tell you what he said first. This is the flyest thing he said first. He said it's gonna take the gangsters to change the black community. He said it's gonna take the gangsters to fix the problems in the black community. That's what he said. All right. Then on top of that, what he said when he went to Oxford, even the white people was disconnected from their people once they got the education. You follow what I'm saying? The education that they got, it disconnects you from real people because nobody's living on that plane. Nobody's dealing with philosophy. You follow what I'm saying? No one's dealing with outside their mind or how things could work, or you know what I'm saying, or be what they call ahead of the curve, or engineering, technical. Everybody's partying in
philosophy or astrology too.
Huh?
Because astrology. I said philosophy or astrology, because that's like telling the future, damn near. But astrology, you read the stars.
Exactly.
You know what happened before it happened.
But see, the thing about it is astrology, astronomy, spirituality, mathematics, all these things are together. What happens is that, you know, when the Caucasian went in Africa, he destroyed everything. He couldn't figure all that stuff out together. You follow what I'm saying? So we had to put it in different sections. You understand what I'm saying? He had to put it in different sections so that he could figure it out, so he could keep track of it. You follow? You see how somebody's eclectic, they can do mad things at one time? You know what I mean? They multi-talented or multitasking. Well, that's what we do. All right, well, they got to say, hold on, just give it to me one at a time. You know what I mean? And no disrespect to anybody, but you know what? We got strengths and they got their strengths. We got our strengths, but we got to recognize our strengths. You know what I mean? We gotta, and I take my hat off to you. You know what I'm saying? For everything that you're doing, for being an example, because you being an example. Because the U.S. Army teaches us we gotta lead by example. You know what I'm saying? We gotta lead by example. Check this out. Now, you know what I'm saying? U.S. Army, biggest gangsters in the world. They teach people to catch bullets. You understand what I'm saying? And they say lead by example. So we got to start leading by example. We got to start showing in our community. Like this is what Andre said. We got to start controlling what the gangsters is doing. The OGs, we got to stop, because it was a time when people didn't just wild out because they knew the repercussions were serious. The young dudes went wild out the way they doing now because they know the repercussions is serious. But there's no more repercussions. So being there's no more repercussions, we don't have no control in our communities. And we got to start exercising some control in our communities, because what happens is the women's in fear of us, the children's in fear of us, everybody's in fear of us. You wear your hat like this, all of a sudden you a potential threat. We got to stop this, because what happens is that I don't want to protect you. So how you gonna look at me as the threat? You follow what I'm saying? I'm here to present what I'm saying, but this is the problem. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is our image has been distorted. The image that we have has been distorted. They done distorted our image, and now they use it. And now they're using it against us. You know what I'm saying? They using it against us. They using the hustler image against us. They using the street image against us. You know what I'm saying? And they feeding it. They remixing it, feeding it to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Jay, this is the way to go. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have no soap companies. We don't have no deodorant companies. We don't got no shampoo companies. We don't have companies. Everybody want to be cool. Everybody want to be Mr. Fly Guy. I'm going to take a quote from Kid Jimmy Henchman. Everybody want to be Scarface, but nobody want to be Sosa. Sosa ran a country. Scarface had a house. You follow what I'm saying? But so we think it's small. You know what I mean? We think it's small. We're not thinking about, we looking up to entertainers, and we're not realizing that people got the money run energy, gas, sugar, electric. You know what I mean? The technology is what make the billionaires. You follow what I'm saying? We're not even investing in the stock market. We're not even teaching our people how to invest in the stock market, to invest none of these things. So we got to lead by example so we can create our history.
So people don't even know about credit.
No, exactly. Because in this country, you either live in debt or you live off interest. See, that's the game. It's a hustle with them. They live off the interest. They loan it. When you buy that car off a loan, when you got that student loan, whatever loan, that's some people that invested their money to loan you the money, so now they can live off your interest. To live off the money that you got to get paid back. Because we be a hustle. Our whole existence is to make somebody else rich. You follow what I'm saying? And until we start circulating our dollars, called group economics, passing that money inside our community, where the money that you make go to the hairdresser, go to the babysitter, go to somebody who fix your clothes. Until we start practicing group economics, we will continue to make other people rich. Well, let me tell you something. Bobby Womack said there's a family across town that will catch hell without a ghetto around. That's from across 110th Street. There's a family across town where catch hell without a ghetto. So our ignorance, and Hosea 4:6 said, my people suffer from lack of knowledge. So we suffer from lack of knowledge because we dealing with systems that we don't understand. Stevie Wonder said, when you believe in things and you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition is not the way. And that was a blind man. You follow what I'm saying? So we got to start understanding the economic system, the criminal justice system, the education system, the healthcare systems. And we got to say to the young people, because if they hustled us, the supercar game is ready for y'all. You follow? And the generation coming behind y'all. You follow what I'm saying? Because the car game is in housing. They make so you can't afford housing. Because once you can't afford housing, you can't afford to live. You can't afford nothing else. And what happens, they get you caught up with them cases so that you can't apply for certain jobs. You can't have certain amenities that society has, so you can't benefit from it. You know what I mean? I remember, you know what I'm saying? So what happens, they get you cased up. So now you can't apply for the projects. They get you cased up. So now you can't go for the post office or for this job or this or any other job. So they get you cased up. You know what I mean? So what do? They make smoking weed a criminal offense. But now they're going to legalize it. But now how many brothers got cases behind it? You know what I'm saying? So what happens is we got to see the con game of policy and politics, and we got to have communication between the generations. We got to have communication. What we doing, what you doing unique tonight is one of the most beautiful things because we got communication between the different generations because they are our future. The youth are our future. Y'all are our future. You know what I'm saying? When you get older, you want to go to the doctor. I want to see Chris at helping me when I'm older as a doctor. I want to see somebody named Leroy. And this is what I want to say. I want to say God bless the dead to my man Leroy Finazzi. Little Leroy, because that's what really it broke my heart. It broke my heart to see a young black man who was so wise and civilized, you know what I'm saying, who has so much going for himself. You know what I'm saying? To be taken from us the way he was taken from us. You know what I mean? It broke my heart. It sent me. It sent me into a depression. Just like when they killed Jermaine. When they killed Jermaine, I'm here because Jermaine Reagan got murdered. Because my best friend got murdered. And when my best friend got murdered, I was confused. Because he was on top of Harlem. I said, so how you go from top of Harlem and they murder? I said, how did it happen? You follow what I'm saying? How did it happen? I couldn't even go to the funeral. I couldn't even go to the funeral because I couldn't see my best friend laying in no casket. Not somebody with so much. So that's why I'm here. That's because I know it's the system that messed us up. That system that took my people from me. And it's more than that. You know what I mean? It's more than that, but I can't let it go. And I gotta speak it. And I'm glad you gave us the platform. So we gotta speak the truth because they using and abusing us. We being using because we in jail out here. If you got people in North Carolina, don't see them right now. You can't. You got to pay your rent. You got to pay this. You got to do this. If you want to go see your grandmother and go hang out with your grandmother for 6 months, you can't. You know what I mean? So that's the problem because we not economically sound. We not, you know what I'm saying? We at the bottom of the economic scale. You know what I'm saying? We got to start creating our own institutions and we trying to outdo each other. All we doing is outdoing each other. All we doing is trying to outdo each other, flash on each other. We not stunting on other cultures. We not fronting on them. We fronting on each other. So we the laughing stock because how you gonna front on the same brother that's supposed to help you? You follow what I'm saying? You can't assimilate. They don't want you. You assimilate the mediocrity. They don't want you in a system. And no disrespecting no, but we're not disrespecting no other groups of people. But we gotta strengthen our own. We gotta strengthen our own. We gotta stop coming with our hand in our hat and our hands out.
But see what it is, we like look in the mirror and we see ourselves. So when we look at each other, we see ourselves and we don't like ourselves. So therefore we don't like each other. And that's where a lot of that comes from the self-hate.
That's right.
I mean?
That's right.
The self not knowing, you know, who you are.
That's
and,
right.
You know, what you stand for and so on. Because, you know, like Anthony said, everything starts from self. You know what I mean? You got to clean self up. You got to clean out your temple before you go hold anyone else's. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
The next person.
I want to let all like the youth know, like, you don't gotta rush nothing. It's not a rush. You don't. It's no time frame to have nothing.
There you go.
There's no time frame. You don't have to rush. You don't have to rush to get a bag. You don't gotta rush to get this, rush to get that.
That's right.
No time. It's gonna come. Don't do nothing stupid to try to get something temporary. Because there's always gonna be something new. There's always gonna be something better. You don't gotta rush that shit. You don't. And then like you got the family like that kind of rush shit too, like the parents, because I know like my parents did the same shit to me. Like when you get 18, you gotta start paying bills. I'm 18. I'm still a kid. I'm trying to still enjoy my youth. Don't force me to be an adult.
You're trying to find yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to still find myself. Like don't force me to be an adult because then that's gonna make me go out and do stupid shit because I gotta please you type shit. You know, I gotta have a certain amount of money to give you every week. You know, so now I'm out there doing stupid shit because I gotta give you money.
That's right. That's right.
Now I'm 19. Now I gotta find my own crib. Like you kicking me out like that shit. This shit not easy.
Yeah, I know.
It's not easy at all.
You want to get prepared for it. You want to stick your left foot in the water, see if it's cold enough or not. You know, on that summer day. You know what I mean? And you sit down and put your thigh in there or your leg, and you know what I mean. But you gradually get into the world instead of just throwing you out there saying.
Exactly. And then like they throwing you out there, and then you don't even know financial literacy. Like you don't know nothing about finance. You don't know nothing about nothing. You just know this $100 and I got to give you $200. So now I got to find another $100.
You don't even know how
Exactly.
to get a apartment. If you wanted to rent an apartment, you ain't never even did none of that. But yeah,
You can't even rent because you probably ain't got no credit. So
Man.
your credit probably bad because your mom's put something in your name. So now you like, yo,
Exactly. Now your name and credit and stuff.
It's crazy. That's
Hey,
like a generational curse, yo. Like with black families, yo. It's generational.
Hey, what solutions you got for giving to help to improve the youth?
For me?
Yeah, you.
Solutions. They gotta just be real with themselves. They gotta stay on social media. That's the biggest thing because everybody try to be like the next fly's person. You know, you can't be like that person because you're not that person.
Right.
You gotta be yourself, man. Your time gonna come. Just be yourself. And then if you don't never in your life have that, it's not meant for you to have it. Don't go out and do something stupid to have it for a day, and now you asked out for a couple years.
Hello?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the youth, just be patient. Like man, your time gonna come. And there's other ways to get money. It's 1,000 ways to get money. Yeah? It's 1,000 ways to get money. You don't gotta scam. You don't gotta sell drugs. There's 1,000 ways to get money. You can get an LLC, get your own business popping. You get you and all your homeboys to buy rental property, rent it out, Airbnb it. You could do 1,000 things, yo, to get some money. You and all your homies. Y'all don't gotta push out money together, buy no weed, be on the corner selling weed all day.
They don't know that though. They don't know that.
They don't care that much because
Andre.
I mean, what you saying is an actual fact. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know that. And if it is, I'm saying it has to be. You can tell niggas, yo, you got 2,000. Give me 2,000. I'm saying I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna go buy some stocks and bonds. I'm saying I get it's gonna flip them, send 4,000. Nigga like what?
Yeah, but like what people, you gotta understand, like with the youth, they want to see money fast because they used to seeing fast money.
Right. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The only way I can see you doing that is if, let's say, you getting money, and brother know you getting money more than him, and he say you'll say, yo man, no, you know what? I got a proposition for them saying. I like your style. You want to make a couple extra dollars? Yeah, what's up? Give me 5,000. I'm gonna turn them to 13 for you. You know what I'm saying? But you got Now he might be more willing to give you the 5 racks because he know you up. You don't need this short paper, and you about to take his money and flip it and put him in position. Now I can see that, but you just telling me like, yo man, take your money, invest it. Not saying that everybody won't. You know what I'm saying? But if a person is really about his money and willing to explore all his options, if you come with an idea and they have it to do it, they're going to do it. I would.
Yo,
if I was really about my paper and you came to me with an idea and I was in the position to do it, I would try my hand and do it. But for the brothers out here, that's getting the bag, they not giving nobody no money to do nothing unless they can, unless you really saying
a genuine ass person.
Huh?
Unless you genuine, like like you did, just to help. You ain't there just to, make money. Like you got to be there to help.
I think that might come from not trusting. I mean, who are you gonna trust to give money to, and you don't know? I'm just playing F devil's advocate.
No. You're right, but then if you really want to get money, you can sit down and research how to get money. Like 2 years ago, I researched how to get money, and I fixed my credit up, and I'm good. You could make $50,000 in a year and not have no money, start with no money. All you gotta do is fix your credit up. You fix your credit, you get a secure card, you start building your credit. Boom. Through time, you keep building on your secure card. You apply for other credit cards. Then you do an advanced credit loan. Well, not loan, like advanced credit. Mm-hmm. So they give you money from your credit cards. And then you invest your money in yourself. Like whatever you want to do, you invest in it. That's it. And then from there, you have your own business. You have your own whatever you want to have. You can do whatever you want. You just got to put the knowledge to it. You got to sit down and you got to think about what you want to do. Don't go home, turn on the game, smoke weed, and lay back like, damn. No, go home and apply yourself. That's all you got to do. Go home and apply yourself.
He's right. And he's absolutely right.
Wait, hold on.
And you are one far few maybe in between that thinks like that. But what happens is the overall picture. We all know what people shouldn't be doing in order to get where they want to go. I know that. You shouldn't be going to say if you're trying to make money and you want to do it the right way, you shouldn't be getting high all day, worrying about bras, all that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do in order to get what to get what you want. And prime example, these brothers, you know what I'm saying, that got, the actors, the rappers, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I mean by having the resources and the money, you know what I'm saying, to do things sometimes. Because you take all these artists and rappers, I don't care if they're athletes, actors, actresses, or whatever. Their kids are being exposed to either the lifestyle of either being in movies, dance, theater, art, whatever the parent is, or whatever they expose their child to, that their child might take a liking to, or that they see that the child has the potential. But for the most part, these artists, their kids either grow up to be in some type of field, whether it be TV, radio. So for us who don't have that wisdom or the ability, you know what I'm saying, to grasp the concept or know how to make money or how to go read a book and research like how you got. A lot of brothers that haven't said I'm speaking from when I was a kid either. Didn't have that mindset that you have right now. I don't know when you adapted that mindset. I don't know who taught you what you got to get what you have right now. But the average brother in the streets at 29 years old don't have that what you got. Some brothers out there like you. I'm sure they are.
Okay.
There's some brothers like Mecca out there. I'm sure, like me, they are. But there are few far in between. When you look at the ratio of brothers who's going backwards as opposed to the brothers who's going forwards. And then the brothers like myself or who are older who say, you know what? I ain't got time for these young brothers, man. They don't want to listen. They want to do what they want to do. I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time to go back and forth with the brothers and say, man, but don't do that. I know, because like I used to say, we all got a choice to make. Whether it's right,
but you see like with the youth, say like if the youth is getting money, it'll be less violence. It has to be something. It can't just be nothing. There's, like you think it's like shit gonna change the spell.
Conversation.
You know what? I wouldn't say
that. It gotta be something that's there, because if you get money, you don't want to jeopardize not being able to spend your money. You're gonna do what you gotta do so you can keep your money.
You're gonna
feel like you're doing it for the choice. Now when you broke,
it's happening right now. Dudes are getting money. I don't care if you getting money or not. In the 80s, money was plentiful in the 80s. Plentiful. Dudes was getting murdered. So the more
they was
money,
getting murdered by who though? They was getting murdered by who?
By us.
No, they was getting murdered by people who ain't had the money that wanted to be around people who had the money, right?
So, but this is my thing. So we know everybody ain't gonna get money. That's like everybody doing right.
The
that's
80s
like everybody
murders
doing
was
right.
about people. Hold on, the murders in the 80s for Anthony, the murders in the 80s, that was for people to get money to buy drugs. It wasn't people that needed it. It's people that needed the drugs. The drugs drove them. You know what I mean? During the 80s, so it wasn't robbing to get money in the 80s to go. You know what I mean? Of course, you got a few people doing that, but majority of the murders was for, had to do with some drug related.
Right. Jealousy. Brothers was jealousy of other brothers because they was getting more money. It was a whole lot. So granted, people say, you know what I'm saying, oh, you got money, you know what I'm saying? Because I know, because coming home for me, for a lot of them saying, finances and shelter. Finances and shelter was my thing. I mean, when am I going home as a grown man? I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, am I going to place to stay? Am I going to be able to get a job? This, that, I mean, so those things. So, I mean, for as the youth now, with the get the money and all that, like how I said, you know what I'm saying, it's a self-hate. It's an unconscious self-hate for yourself and for others. Because there's no way.
That's why I said when we look in the mirror, we see the self-hate we have for ourselves and we take it out on our peoples. You understand what I'm saying? Which is what I said.
What you mean take it out? What you mean take it out on our people? Like, what you mean by that?
I mean, now I look for reasons to not like you, argue with you, drama with you, whatever, for the things that's not right within me. I'm not right. You know what I mean? So therefore, I'm just miserable and want to just, you understand what I'm saying? You know, in that context.
Right.
You know,
And
like, man, fuck that. Because I'm really saying, fuck me. And there ain't nothing wrong with you. You're just being you. You know what I mean? But that's just where the self-hate come in at.
So you think it's self-hate because like they're not where they want to be in their life?
Where you want to be, that's nothing to do with it. It's just self-hate about everything.
Self-hate. Let me tell you something.
Some people it's filthy rich. Those people hating on each other too, other filthy rich people. So it don't matter what financial status you at. I'm just saying us as a people. You understand what I'm saying? Because rich people kill too.
No, I don't know if you ever seen this, man. I don't know even when they ever seen it, but they did a study back in 1970 or in the 70s, and it was a study, and they took black boys and young black girls, and they gave them 2 dolls, and these kids range anywhere between, I want to say 5 and maybe up to what I see maybe 9, 10, anywhere in that range. And these are kids, and this was back then. And they took a white doll and a black doll. And these are kids, Anthony. Kids, not teenagers, kids. And asked them simple questions. Which doll is the pretty doll? What do you think they picked?
White doll.
Which doll is the smart doll?
White doll.
Which doll has pretty hair?
The white doll.
Now these are kids, Anthony. So subconsciously at 5 and 6 and 8 and 9 years old, they're telling you, you know what I'm saying, they don't love themselves, man. They had 2 dolls in front of them, Anthony. These are black boys and girls. 2 dolls. And they said, basically, that white is right and black is bad. So subconsciously,
that comes from what? Not knowing self, though, right?
No, hold
not
on.
knowing who you really are.
But hold up. How can you know who you are at 4 years old, Anthony? It's impossible for you to have an identity.
Your parents, your parents. It's the knowledge your parents should install of who you are. Like, if you 4 years old and you thinking black is ugly, that comes from the household.
No,
that has to come from the household. There's no way.
No. So
4 or 5 being racist. It comes from the household.
Let me school you. So that means that you believe that back then the parents was telling their kids that they were ugly and white was right. Do you believe that?
No, the parents wasn't telling them who they really are and what their heritage is, and they come from greatness. The parents wasn't telling them that.
Anthony, slow down. Follow me. These kids are 4, 5, 6, and so listen to this. Do you have kids right now?
Nah.
You don't have no kids. Do you have nieces and nephews?
Yeah.
You have little cousins?
Yeah. I got a brother, sister, little kids.
Are you telling your brothers and sisters, I'm saying, that I don't know how you see the white man or what you... Let me finish.
Since my sister was 2, since she could talk, I'll tell her she's beautiful every day, every time I see her. In the mirror.
That's cool. But I'm trying to see, when these kids, now telling them that they're beautiful is always a plus. But back then, even at that time, it was based on what these kids were also seeing, Anthony. Like how you can have a kid right now and the parents could be fighting in the crib. They witness that. They hear you ain't this. You ain't.
So that comes from the household.
But I mean, for far as what you can hear, but I'm talking about far as seeing. Some kids just see the physical abuse. They don't hear it. Some just see it. So it's not about at 4 or 5 years old telling the kid, yo, that he's white. Of course you tell your kid you're beautiful. You're beautiful, no saying you're smart, you're intelligent. Yeah. But I'm talking about at that age.
Hold up, Andre. What Anthony's saying is that the kid in the house, from the actions that he or she see, is what helps to dictate, you know what I mean, this mental behavior itself.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a prime example.
Let me give you an example first. Now, meaning, they look at TV and they say, "Oh my God, look at Tara Banks. Oh, she looks so dark on the screen. Turn the screen up. Why does she look so dark? Oh, but look at Julia Roberts. Oh, look how nice and smooth and creamy her skin look. I wonder what she used." And then a commercial come on from the thing. Oh, I got to get that. You know what I mean? And these are the things that the kids are watching, and it's letting them know that mommy don't like dark. You
All
understand?
right, so I got another example.
Right. Okay, no. I understand that when kids pick up on what mommy or daddy say, or whoever say around them.
Exactly.
They like sponges. I understand that. What I'm saying is like this. You tell your kid to grow up, to be polite, to respect adults, to believe in God, blah, blah, blah. This is third. The police are good. The police are kind. Your kids goes out in the street, gets beat up by the police. Everything happens the exact opposite of what these people say inside the household. You try to teach them right. You try to tell them the right thing. But when they go out there and they experience discrimination, when they experience being profiled, when they experience being, this is what I mean. Of course, everything starts at home. That's without a doubt. I grew up in a house and I was taught the right things in my household. My grandma ain't used drugs. My grandfather ain't used drugs. They both worked. They both held down a job, all that. And they tried to instill in me proper morals and values based on their upbringing, but morals and principles.
Okay, now
so I got a question real quick. So if that was you in that room with that black and white doll and you was 4, which doll would you have picked?
I can't say, Anthony. I can't say that. I can't say that. But I tell you what, if you can, well, times has changed now. But if you can just try and do it yourself. Go get a doll and just, and just try to, you said you got nieces and nephews. You said you tell your sister, whatever, saying you're beautiful day in and day out, right? And that's a beautiful thing. Do you know sometimes I'm saying, telling the person I'm saying means a lot, but she may still feel like she may not be, based on her brother telling her that she's fine, but what is everybody else saying? So it's all about, and I agree, it's about what's being taught. But when it comes to speaking about racism and dealing with black and white, in that sense, not about mommy don't like mayonnaise, or turn that, mommy don't like that, turn that, mommy don't wash that, or pick that up, mommy don't like that on the floor. I ain't talking about in that sense. I'm talking about them saying how we view ourselves. So if a child is at 4, 5, or 6 years old and they consider themselves to be nothing and view somebody else that don't look themselves to be better than them, do you know what happens as years go on? As years go on, you get older, and that same mentality still is in you subconsciously. This is why when I walked around at some point, I was scared of white folks. When I had to go places and I was scared to sit in front of white, because it was just, that's just the way I was brought, that I was raised, bro. To be in a room full of white people, I'll be like this. Because I know they different than me. But if I go in a room full of black people, and they can be just as bad or just as evil as these white folks. But because of what I see and identify with, automatically I'm going to feel a little, there ain't number brothers in here.
That's just because you don't see yourself inferior than white people. I see myself as inferior, or probably equal, not equal, but like intellect wise, like I can sit with a bunch of white people and know what they're talking about.
Okay,
there's some black people that I met, like Haas, who's way more smarter than every white person I've ever met in my life.
Okay, let me ask you this. Because I spoke to a lot of brothers out in the street and here, and we talk about them saying, "Oh, Bob would do this." Oh, I used to say, I find it funny how we could pop one of them saying, but police come around, and and I've seen a lot of brothers who spoke how you said them. Oh no, I feel like I'm inferior, if not just as equal. And I've seen brothers feel just like you. Not saying you, though. Listen, not saying you, but these same brothers say the same thing, and police will pull up and violate their man, or violate somebody in front of them. But these are the same ones who feel like, they say, see, it all sound good. So when I say that, no, saying at times
with the police though, like that all depends on where you at in your mind, Because if you ready to die, then you're gonna do whatever you gotta do to help your mans up. A lot of people not ready to die. A lot of people don't know what death is.
It's not
Things are scared of death. Nobody. I'm not afraid to die.
You don't know what death is. Nobody knows what death is.
No, I know what. I don't know what death is. 'Cause I never died before, but reading and educating myself on death, I got an idea of what it is. I'm not scared of it. Cause niggas die every time you sleep. You die.
I mean,
nobody's not. I'm not scared. So if my man had a problem, and if that come down to it, then that's just what it is. I'm not scared. But anybody else who's stuck in this reality, then that's gonna be a different story.
Only one thing. Hold on, Andre, Anthony, Haas. I know Haas gonna have a lot to say right here. Only one thing.
Haas frozen.
Guaranteed us, and that's the die. So why say what you know is inevitable? You must die.
Yeah, I know.
No. So I'm saying, so why fear death when you know that's the only thing in this world that's definitely guaranteed to you?
Guaranteed, you can't run from that.
I mean.
Time to think before we speak. We're not. Do you understand what I just said? Only thing guaranteed us.
I know this, but I know this, but like people say, I ain't ready to die. And my thing is this. And see, this is what I'm saying. People talk. If how can I say it? People say they're not. I know I'm not ready to die. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to die.
Anyone is ready to die.
You're not ready.
No, Matt, I'm not.
You're not ready. You don't want to. You don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to die. I'm not what I'm saying.
No, nobody want to.
It happens. You're gonna still do what you got to do to protect yourself and live on, have a happy life. But when God is ready to drop that piano on your head,
listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. For the brothers out here, I'm saying, who's killing one another. For the brothers who I'm saying, who's popping on dudes behind broads and behind money. This is what I'm saying. I'm talking about the mindset. One thing I learned is it's easy to say what you will and won't do when you're not faced with the opposition at hand. It's easy to say, man, if that was me, I'd have popped. If that was me, I'd have took his head off. If that was me, I'd have stomped her. This, that, and the third. Now in your mind, that's probably, what you probably would do. But sometimes when these things occur, now it's like, hold up. Because now it's easy to say what you're gonna do when ain't nothing going on. It's easy to say that. It's easy to say right now, if niggas pull up right now while I'm out here, and my man out here, I'm laying everything down. So when you come around the corner, nigga, quiet. You won't hear nothing. So when I understand what Andy saying, that, like, okay, you're not afraid of death, and it's a matter of, you doing research and just knowing all these things. I read a lot. I know what I'm saying, but not as much as I used to. But I find it hard for these dudes who are so tough, and some of these brothers are smart. How can you stand here and watch police violate? Because I ain't that tough no more. And I'm not saying that I won't. You know what I'm saying? But I know for a fact, my mama, my son, or my grandbaby, I know for a fact, I'm going. Because I know for a fact, my mother's 67. She going. She ain't gonna let, and I know she ain't got no windows, but she not gonna send the police do nothing to her son. My son ain't gonna stand there and watch police kill his father in the street. It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Now, don't get me wrong, it'll hurt my heart.
Don't do that at all.
Watch police do that to somebody else, but I'm going to interject, and it ain't gonna be my camera. I just hope that somebody record whatever I do and make sure you got me on camera too, to have my evidence. But I ain't gonna stand there and watch no cop. I ain't saying I'm going to kill them or whatever. But I'm going to do something that I think, whatever I can do, you know what I'm saying, to try to get them off of whatever they doing and give me some, and they might beat me in the mix. But I would want the same thing for me. I
That's
would want somebody to stand there and watch me get
and
murdered
just watch me. Yeah,
by
I ain't say.
anybody
Yeah,
and
I
record
ain't say
it by
that.
anybody.
Nah, kill a cop at all. I'm not. Nigga,
So
that's yeah.
So when I hear brothers say that, oh, this, that, and the third, and I know some brothers out there saying that might get busy with the police. But how is it that, you know what I'm saying, you can in your mind premeditate to go kill another brother just like you, hit an innocent baby, hit a woman, but you won't go knock down a cop. You want, and this is what I mean by so you can tell me what you want. Oh, I'm gangster, I'm gully, all I'm saying. It sound good. Our mentality, man. The mentality. It's easy to get out there in front with your people,
Yeah,
even
but,
on
but Andre, that's what it is. We know it's wrong to go out there and do something to a cop. But from our environment and our cultural upbringing, we see the beating and disrespecting of our women. So we think that that's legal in our subconscious mind. So we knock our woman down when they do something. And then when the cops disrespect us, we say, okay, no, that's what they're supposed to do. Because that's how we're trained, that the police do what they're supposed to do. And you know what I mean? We take advantage of our women. You know what I mean? From our surroundings. You know,
but see,
you bring your kid up and how you explain these things to them when they see these abnormal behaviors.
And this goes back once again, not just being incarcerated, to our environment. I know some dudes that are smart, and like how you said, will knock their woman down in a heartbeat. Talking about she disrespecting me, or she opens up. I don't. Now that's just me. I ain't with that.
Okay, now who put that thought, or who put that rule that whatever she did was a disrespect that warranted his hands on her? You understand?
I don't know.
He saw that growing up.
He probably did. I see.
You don't say, "Oh, it's disrespectful," and you don't know what it is. You never seen it.
But this is my thing though. But every dude that hits a man got a mother or got a sister. You can't justify that. I ain't saying you are, but everybody got a mother or a sister or aunt. So how can you take your hand? How can you take your hand? I don't care if she's spitting your face. If she not coming to do no bodily harm to you, like with a blade, or she nice with her hand, she know karate and all that. That's different. But for us calling y'all to your name, you ain't nothing, you a dog, or you a bum, you gay, whatever she could do to try to insult. And you know what happens? I'm gonna tell you something. You know what happens? A weak, shallow, egotistical punk dude is gonna use that and say, man, don't no woman talk to me like that. Don't no woman get in my face to put his hands on her. That's whack. But you want to come outside and and this is what gets me. This is what gets me. And you're right. We seen it because at one time, you know that was kind of like the norm to do in black culture back in the 60s. So open hand.
All them pimp movies I had back in the 80s.
Yeah, no saying. Now, open hand smack. But I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, when you got to close your hand and punch a woman, kick a woman in front of her kid, in front of whoever, you know what I'm saying, and you got a mother. But if somebody do that to your mother, you're willing to die. You're willing to die. So this is what I mean. So we all have PTSD. We all have been psychologically, you know what I'm saying, dysfunctional since the womb.
All right, Andre. So now you got a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old young boy living with his mother who got men coming in and out, or just got a man that's living there, period. But he's smacking her, calling her a B, and why my food ain't ready, kick your bum out here. And this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is watching that. You know what I mean? Now, and then he hears daddy saying, "Don't you ever disrespect me." So now he knows that's what disrespect is. If a woman do that now, she can get my backhand. You understand what I'm saying? This is
absolutely right. But you know what?
And
you know what?
Hey, bro, I'll let you finish. Let me finish this. So that now they watch this going up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old. Now, 8, 9 years old, they start going out on their own, walking to school, come home from school, meeting other kids. And now they're meeting other kids that have these type of conversations, memories at home, you know what I mean, stories to tell. You know what I mean? And the other ones that have the mommy tucked me in at 9 o'clock and you know what I mean, and left the night light on and made sure I had milk and cookies next to the bed in case I wake up hungry. We don't talk to those. Those is boring. We want to talk to the one that say, man, did you hear them gunshots last night? Did you see when Susan came in late and Johnny was up there beating her? I heard him through the wall. He always beating up for coming in drunk. How many of us done heard about who beat up who in our apartment building?
Right. But
let me finish. So now I'm hurry up though to let you get in. But then now you watching all this at these young tender ages, and then you're released to the streets at 11, 12 years old. And now a little girl that you think is your girl come and she's eating something and she don't offer you nothing, and you say, hey, where my Jimmy? What are you? And now you ready to smack her up because you seen your father do it.
Right, and you know what? Now let me interject.
Now, you eating and not bringing me nothing to eat, and I'm the one that put the food in his house. You know all them different things we say to justify, you know, easy.
And you know what? And now this goes back to what you said earlier about we all got a choice, right? So I believe that every kid, this is my opinion, every kid that witnessed his mother as a young black man get abused by his father, I'm pretty sure they didn't like it. I'm pretty sure they didn't like it. At some point, they had to be like, Daddy, stop hitting mommy, or crying.
Hey, I didn't like being locked in the cell for 26 years either. You know what I mean? But, you know, I dealt with it. You know what I mean? And it made me where I'm at and how I feel about certain things, where I don't like driving on the highway because there's too much open space because I'm only used to seeing these walls 4x8. You know what I mean? I didn't like it, but I learned to conform to it, and I don't think it and put in my mind that it was right for me to live that way. So you can't put mommy under no circumstances. It just became the norm. Like me looking at these 4 walls became the norm after 26 years.
And
so
listen,
you seeing your father smacking your mother, that becomes the norm.
And listen,
respecting her.
This is the point.
I'll let you go there so you understand the disrespect part. You know what mommy's allowing him to do. You understand what I'm saying? Mommy's allowing him to hit her, so that means that mommy knows she's violating. So when I go out there and meet me a little girl, you know what I mean? Go meet Andre's girl, you know what I mean? Baby girl, and this happened, then I'm going to do this. And these are the psychos that come out there because they're being fed the wrong foods in their household.
Right. And okay, I understand. But this goes back to what you said earlier about them saying you having a choice. But now you saying because you was brought up around it, that then it would be common for you to do.
No, you had a choice to either do it or don't do it. You had a choice.
Look what you just said. Look what you just said. You said growing up, if you were a child growing up, 5 or 6 to 12 years old, you go outside and meet a girl. She don't share your food with her. You hit her. It's because what you seen you thought was normal.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
So my point when I said that, yeah, even though you seen it, but you still didn't like it when you seen your mother getting hit.
But what I'm saying is after a while, it becomes the norm because this mommy getting hit. I know. I said, baby, don't cry.
I know this. This is what I'm trying to get you. This is what I'm trying to get you to see.
So it becomes the norm.
This is what I'm trying to get you to see. It becomes the norm. So me going to jail, I'm in the streets, 8 years hustling, selling drugs. I go to jail, go home, do 3 years, come back home. I'm used to seeing what I see in the street. So when I come home, I'm susceptible to go down that path again. But you try to say, oh, but you got a choice. You make up your mind.
That's not what I said. No.
Early you said.
I didn't mean it like that. What I meant is you had a choice. We all got a choice.
That's
and
not just
choose. We choose. Don't get mad at me because you chose one that led you down path.
No, I'm not. No, you're not. You misunderstand what I said. Earlier we were talking about jail. You said that. Yeah, but we all got a choice. We all got a choice to make, right?
Yeah, true.
Okay. So, but just now you gave me an analogy about because you witnessed something for so long
and you still had a choice. But even though you witnessed it and you chose you could have chose to not believe the norm and not
listen,
the woman.
it's either you have a
It's
choice
still
or
a
you
choice,
don't.
bro, because like
Listen,
you
if I
said,
grew up in a household and I'm around abuse my whole life, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be an abusive mate. Do you agree?
Yes, but what about that 10th one? Okay, even we agree, but what about that 10th one? But
What 10th one?
Mac, hold on. Listen.
Because that one person had a choice and chose not to do it. The 9 out of 10. You say 9 out of 10 that this is what would happen. So all I'm saying is that 10th one made the choice not to do it because that was the strongest one. My bad. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, but like
hold your thought.
Like Dre was saying though, Mec is right. Everything a choice because you said that you grew up in a household, bro, and both of your guardians is working. You chose to go outside and sell drugs, bro. That was your choice. Because the norm to you was watching 2 parents go to work.
Yo, if it was that easy, no,
it's not easy.
Listen. Let me finish. He just said, like Mec was right. Dre, you just said you grew up in a household with your grandfather saying they work, but I chose. I'm a kid, bro.
Exactly.
Let me finish. I'm saying you got people who are still grown, who still go through identity crisis, bro.
No,
people are still learning to this day who they are. So if I left my house at 13 or 14 years old, even though my household was good, it's because I'm saying, I was exposed to something else.
It was your influence, bro.
The average kid does that.
Yeah. That's just me that you was easily influenced, bro. That's all that means. You're easily influenced. You like what you've seen at 13. You like what you've seen outside, so you wanted to do just that. That's what influenced you.
It's not about being easily. It's not about being easily
superheroes.
It's not about being easily. It's not about being easily influenced. I don't know how you came up, but obviously, I'm saying we might have came up 2 different ways. Because if you saying, I know that because if you come from a broken household, don't necessarily mean you're going to be broken. If you come from a wealthy household, don't necessarily mean you're going to be wealthy.
Choice.
I know this. What I'm saying is they have a thing called peer pressure.
Exactly. They have
a thing called curiosity.
That's called being influenced.
They have a thing called They have a thing called peer pressure, curiosity, right? So you could come outside today and have something in your cup, and I can say, yo, aunt, what's that? And you could say, man, nah, Dre, I'm saying you don't fuck with this, and I say, nah, well, pardon me, I mean the curse. And you say, and I say, what you mean about what is it? Nah, this is lean. What's lean? Nah, I get you.
It's a choice. You chose to take that. Because Dre, Dre.
Let me answer this. Have you ever been curious? Have you ever been curious about something?
About females,
Anthony, have you ever been curious about something?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Have you ever been infatuated with something?
Yeah.
Have you ever been intrigued with something?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So why are you saying that? No, saying that a person is just automatically easy. I was easily influenced.
No, I'm not saying easily. I'm not saying.
Why was I easily influenced?
Because you like what you were seeing. All your friends was doing the same shit. Probably all the people you talk to was doing the same thing. All my friends smoke weed. I don't smoke.
But
my pops smoke weed. I don't smoke.
And that's cool. So is there anything that you done that wasn't just done on your own? Is there anything that you see somebody do that you wanted to do? Nothing as a kid, as a teen. Everything you did.
You choose to do it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about choices. I'm talking about like how I came up. No, saying you come out, niggas going to court, niggas going to play ball. I want to go play ball. Niggas playing manhunt. I want to play manhunt.
Facts.
It wasn't my idea. It wasn't my idea.
The consequences to that is different than yours. Because I knew at a young age if I go out and do this, you never been influenced. Yes, bro. I've been influenced to do certain shit, but I had never been influenced to sell no drugs. But that's not me.
Have you ever
I
been
know,
have
I know who
you
I
ever been
am.
influenced to
I
do
know.
something wrong? Have you ever done anything wrong?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And
But
you
that was
did.
my choice to do, though. That was my choice to do.
We're not talking about the choices. See, you jumping, Ant. Slow down. We're not talking about choices. We're not talking about choices because everybody has a choice. I don't care if you're 3 or 2. You have a choice. We're not talking about choices. We are talking about, you referred to me and said that I was easily influenced, right? Because you said I went out and I seen something and I liked it. And I just asked you, have you ever been influenced?
Yeah, bro.
Have you
But
ever been influenced? Oh, no,
but
don't. No,
listen.
listen, Anthony. Have
I
you ever
got you.
been influenced,
I'm answering.
Anthony?
I'm answering the question.
No.
I'm,
You trying to answer the question. You trying to answer the question with a question. Have
no,
you
no,
ever been
no, no,
influenced?
no, no.
Have you ever
I'm
been
gonna answer the
influenced?
question. I'm gonna answer the question with a short answer. All right. I've been easily influenced, but the things I was influenced by, I thought about the consequences of what I'm doing before I did it.
Okay, cool. Okay, stop. So you've never done anything that you've been influenced that was wrong. Everything you caught yourself before you did the wrong thing.
No,
That's what
no,
you're
of
talking
course not. Of course
about. Huh?
not. Not,
Okay.
bro. When I was a kid, I stole shit.
Listen, hold up. Hold up. Revert back to what you just said now. Listen to what you telling me, bro. Because now you saying something that, of course, I was influenced and I did things I'm saying that wasn't the right thing to do.
But you know why I did it? Because it was my choice to do, bro.
So
I chose to do that.
once again, everything I did was by choice too. What you keep saying that to say what? This is what I'm trying
I'm
to get you to
saying that
see.
it was a choice. You chose to do what you wanted to do.
Anthony, I know. Once again, everybody, for the most part, that's not forced to do something, makes a choice. Everybody does, Anthony. We're not talking about choices. Everybody has to make a choice. Just like you have to die, you have to make a choice about something. You have to. I'm talking about the fact when you said that I was easily influenced. I was influenced. I did
I was
have peer
influenced
pressure.
too to do.
Listen,
I was influenced too to do
okay, listen.
certain wrong shit.
I did have peer pressure. A lot of people have peer pressure, Anthony. That's what being a kid is. You might find some kids who might be off to themselves, might not want to play with other kids and do what they do. I was one of the kids who went out. I was active. I played sports. I ran around. I went to school. I was one of them kids. I remember kids that was older than me, some younger. Yes, I was influenced. Yes, I was intrigued. And yes, I was curious. Can you blame me for that? Can
I
you blame
can't blame.
somebody?
No, I
Okay,
definitely can't blame you for that. But what
here
we
we
were
go.
saying was just like anything else is a choice. Just like how I was influenced to do certain shit, it was my choice to do.
Right.
You know.
Right.
That's what it is.
I understand that. But let me ask you this: do you believe in making mistakes?
Of course, everybody makes mistakes. How you grow.
Okay.
You can't learn without mistakes.
So you believe in making mistakes. That's good, right? What I'm trying to get you to see is that this is where a lot of black people we at odds with one another. Because I know that your point of view is your point of view. Right, wrong, or indifferent. How you see things is how you see it. What happens is, if what you see is not right, or it's not the proper information, or it's not the right information, or because of how you see something, that's your point of view. So if you got a kid or you got nieces and you got nephews, and you're just giving them, and there's nothing wrong with having a point of view. But this is what I mean by them saying, what type of education are we giving our kids? Because we can tell them saying right from wrong, be polite, mind your manners, don't talk when adults is talking, don't steal, you know what I'm saying? All the I would say the natural common things that people should abide by as being human beings on the face of the planet. Right? So we know that we're going to make mistakes. We know that, you know what I'm saying, people are easy to be influenced. We know that it's curiosity. All these things take place. So if you take everything based on how you feel, based on your perception, and now you take that and you give it to somebody else, right? And you keep instilling your perception. At some point, just like if they keep saying the abuse or the dope dealing,
Uh-huh.
not 9 out of 10, but 50-50, that they might want to decide to go that route. That's not the right route.
Yeah, because they like what they see.
Right. Okay. Right. Not the right route. Right. So now at some point, you could be given all the wrong information based on your assumption or your point of view. So now you take that information and you pass it off to a person who doesn't want to go and might not investigate or do their own research. Now they reiterate what you told them, but it's false information based on your perception. False information. So now this is perpetuated, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on, and it goes on for years and years and years, centuries and generations. It's to somebody like how you said you did. Well, I was curious, but you were blessed with the ability, to weigh my options. If I do that and it goes wrong, I can be faced with this. You were one who was blessed to do that. What about the ones who are not that inclined to do that? Who's going to keep making the mistakes over and over? But they could have got it right the first or maybe even the second time had they been given the proper information. And don't get me wrong, even to this day, we give good information. Don't do right. Don't be around bad people. Don't steal. Don't bear false witness to people. We still do that, and people still go out there. They still alive. They come from a good home. You're right. It was a choice that they made, but the choices that you make are based on the accumulation of your thoughts and how you perceive your thoughts. This is what I'm saying. So for me coming up, I didn't know why white people hated black people. I didn't know why I lived with my grandparents.
So Andre, let me ask you something, right?
Uh-huh.
Earlier, when I was mentioning that we all had a choice whether we do good, wrong, go down the right path, even if we all from Harlem, you know what I mean? Like let's say we got two brothers living in the same house. Both of them is witness the mother and father fighting every day, and the father smacking the mother, lip, blowing eyes big, but the kid too little to do anything physically, but cry and say, "Get off my mom." He grab her, daddy left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now they watch that, blah blah blah, both of them. You know what I mean? One of them grow up and he goes out and he starts hanging with his girl and he's beating her up and talking to her like daddy talks to mom. You understand? Then the other one, he is trying to tell him that you shouldn't do that because you don't like such as having a mom. And he's like, man, get out of here. That's how she want to be treated. You know what I mean? He's gonna tell that that's how she want to be treated. The girl he's beating up.
Right.
Now she's supposed to want to be beaten like that because you believed your mother wanted to be beaten. You understand what I'm saying? Because your mother accepted it. You know what I mean?
I mean, in that sense, but I've witnessed abuse, and every time I seen it, it was either directly towards me or a friend's friend. I'm saying, nobody, and granted, you listen. What I'm saying, he didn't like it, and I didn't like it. He didn't like seeing his mother get hit, and I ain't like seeing my mother get hit. So I think to this day, I'm not sure, but I've heard of him. I'm saying no, haven't done that. Me, I don't put my hands on women. So
see what I'm saying? Because your choice was not to.
Right.
Listen,
I
was saying earlier that because we was raised in Harlem and you said you went in and out of jail, you saying like everybody raised in Harlem supposed to go in and out of jail because
I didn't say no. You misinterpreted what I said. I ain't say nothing.
Okay, all right.
You misinterpreted what I said. I ain't say nothing like that.
Okay. All right. I'm wrong. Then I go. I can stand and check it. I ain't too old.
I ain't never saying about them saying niggas from Harlem saying we go. No. I don't know what you're referring to, but I definitely didn't say that. But let me tell you something.
I can stand and check it.
Of course, let me tell you something, Matt. I told Anthony, I know having a choice is just like death. You got to make a choice somewhere in life.
But that's what I said from the beginning of the conversation. The only thing guaranteed is death. Then I went into that you have the choice. You know what I mean? If you're going to kill yourself or if you're going to let God play his course and just relax and do it instead of being paranoid, because you mentioned paranoid. That's how the whole conversation started. And I was saying that we have a choice, you know what I mean, what we do in life. But only thing guaranteed to us that we don't have a choice to is death.
No, I mean, everybody should know that. Everybody should know that. But listen, but just what? Huh?
You went on 15 minutes saying now that first you said that choices that we didn't have choices or something of that matter.
No, hey, man, listen. I'm going to correct you, brother. I'm going to correct you. There's no room for misinformation.
Then I can stand and listen.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Listen. I know for a fact. We all. I mean, you don't have to say out that we make choices. That's evident. Just like you don't have to say that I'm gonna die. That's evident. I know about it. I was talking. I don't know what we were talking about earlier, how we got to the choices. I don't know about that, but I know that. What I was saying is that based on your choices, it's based on your perception and how you view things, beloved.
Hey, yo, I love you, Andre.
Based on your perception, based on your perception of how you view things, it's how you're going to deal with it. So if you feel like it's raining today, but hey, it's raining, so what? I'm gonna come outside just like it's sunny. I don't care about the rain, it's cool. But if you like, man, oh, it's raining, I got to put my umbrella, I got to put my jacket on, I don't want to go outside. You make it. I know about
all the choices you're making.
Right. I understand that. But once again, your choice is based on your perception or the events that you've been through in life.
That's what I said about a kid watching his father beating his mother, going out on the street, beating his woman, and believing that this is how she's supposed to be treated, even though he didn't like his mother getting beaten, but it became the norm to him because mom accepted it and comforted him and said, baby, this is the normal. That's how daddy played with mommy. That's what daddy do when mommy disrespect daddy, whatever she's telling him. But this is what he takes as the norm now. So when he go out, he get with his girl and she do something, he's not going to hesitate to backhand her because that's what he see.
Okay, let me this. So at what point, because we all know right from wrong. We all know right from wrong. So at what point, okay, yeah, I could have grew up seeing my mom's getting beat, and then I grew up doing the beating. But at some point, I should know that that's not right.
Exactly.
At some point,
that's what we were saying. That's what we were saying. Like with you, bro. You're in the household with two people who working. You went out and did what you did. You knew it wasn't right, but you chose to do that.
No.
That's what he's saying. That everything is a choice. I understand.
Once again,
about being influenced. I understand about the influence.
The choice for me to do that was based on. So mention this. So if you live in a town where there's no wrong, can you do wrong?
No, because it's no wrong. How you gonna do something that can't be done if there's no wrong?
Okay. So if I go up in a household, I'm saying eating hamburgers my whole life, every meal, and now I go outside and somebody got chicken wings and shrimp fried rice. Am I wrong for being curious? And even I know this ain't right or wrong, but am I wrong for being curious? Am I wrong for going to the store saying, "Damn, let me go in the store and take a bag of chips and run out"? Do I really think that taking a bag of chips, will cost me my life?
It's not going to cost you life, but you know what's wrong, though. You know what's wrong. That's why you're running out the store with it. If it wasn't wrong, you'd have took it and walked out the store.
This is why you have a duality of right and wrong, negative and positive. You need both to exist. So this is why they say nobody. This is why they say nobody's perfect and we all fall short. We all sin, bro. We all sin. So when you talk about them saying doing right and wrong, we all sin, bro. We all sin. So whether me going to rob somebody or you lying and saying that
sin.
Huh?
Where did that come in? I didn't hear anyone say that we did not sin. Who said that?
He was just saying that we all do
I'm
wrong.
saying
We all make bad
it all
decisions.
goes to choices. We all got choices, right?
Yeah, but where does the
We
sin
all got.
come in there?
So if you do something that's not right, that's not considered a sin in the Bible standards?
I mean, yeah, but now you got to explain it. So
What is
you
the
talking
sin?
about
Tell me,
now we're into
what's
the
the sin?
Bible standard.
What's the sin? What's the sin, Mecca Video? What's the sin? What's the sin?
Yo, I mess with you, boy. Yo,
Right.
hey,
So-
Dre. Hey,
so-
Dre, listen, man. Hold up, man. Listen. Yo. Yo.
That boy going off.
Hey, Dre.
Oh,
Listen, you can hear me?
yeah, I hear you.
When you look back at this tape, you're gonna see you was bugging. You's a funny dude. Wait till you see this tape, family. Hey, yo. Yeah, listen,
Mac.
you a man, dog.
Mac,
Yeah,
let me tell you
I
something.
can't
I'm looking forward to seeing the tape, but like I said,
I can't wait. I'm gonna make sure I get your copy.
Listen.
I'm gonna let you look at what we put up.
like I said, once again, I'm aware of what you said earlier about the choices, right? I understand that. You made some choices in your life at one time that wasn't the right choice, right? You had to grow through that experience of doing something that wasn't right, and you ain't just do it the first time. I'm assuming I'm saying that it wasn't until you actually caught your bid that you really ripped, that really sunk in. Because the whole time I hustled before I went to jail, I knew what I was doing was wrong. Every day I hustled in the street before I went to jail, I knew what I was doing was wrong. Every day.
When I went to jail, I hustled for 13 years after I went to jail. In the jail.
Okay, I hustled in jail too. Okay.
Before, I'm answering your question. I'm asking a question. That's when I said enough was enough after 13 years. Like, where are you really going with this? You know what I mean? You're in prison hustling for peanuts. You understand what I'm saying? So what you going to do? You go out, go back to hustling?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, I had a choice.
Can I ask you this?
And my choice after 13 years was no more.
Let me ask you this.
Before 13
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
years,
What caused you after them 13 years? What caused you to go back and sell drugs for peanuts in the penitentiary?
no, I never stopped. Is what I'm saying. When I went in, I got locked up, and then 13 years after I was locked up, I continuously sold drugs. So I never stopped when I got locked up in 93. I didn't stop until like 2003, 2006 is when I really said no more. And then decided to just focus on my education and my programming and getting my skills and so on and so on.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's when I decided. But I'm saying when I came in, I wasn't ready to change. I didn't want to change. So that's why I know that the young people listening, if they're not ready, they don't care what Unique, what Mecca say, what nobody say. They're not going to do it because I didn't want to do it. And that's why you need to go to the page and watch the joint that I did for Guy Fisher, because I explained all of this. I explained all of this in a 30-minute video that got like 6,000 views that only been up a couple of hours because it was so deep and heartfelt that many has never experienced coming from a man. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And, you know, go watch that Guy Fisher tribute. I speak on all this. I couldn't read or write when I went to prison. I couldn't even sign my name. Prosecutor laughed at me. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to read a triple beam scale before I learned my ABCs. My brother said, man, forget them letters. You don't need that shit. Just make sure when you put them ounces of weed on that scale, that shit add up to 28 grams. If you can get them at 25, give them 25. Keep the 3 after a while. The 3 adds up to 28, and then you got your own ounce plus what I'm paying you. And
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
ABCs.
Can I ask you a question? What do you tell a young black brother who really don't? Because we talk about the choices, and like I said, I agree. I'm saying we all have choices. That's without a doubt.
Thank you.
But what do you tell a brother that feel like or who can't see that far? Because when I was in the streets, I couldn't see that far, man. Even though I had a choice, I
What's the
couldn't see
distance
that
you're
far
saying?
to doing the right thing, bro.
Okay, but see, but that's because in your conscious mind, you didn't want to do the right thing. You wasn't ready yet. You have to be ready. Until I said to myself, I'm ready, I continued to dip and dive there. I said, I ain't doing no more. And I did it a little bit more because I wasn't really ready. When you're ready, you'll know when you're ready. I mean, meaning you was ready to get your life together. Not saying that, but you wasn't committed to it.
No,
you wasn't ready.
you know,
doing everything 100% by the book. That's why you easily made the choice to go back on the other side because you wasn't 100% committed. I'm committed to staying away from drugs, so I ain't got a problem calling one of the homeboys that, yo, man, give me a little something, dude. You know, I'm a little messed up, and I want to have something in my pocket, and you know, I ain't trying to, go back down that route. And they respect me for that. You know what I mean? They respect me for that.
No, you're right. No, this
because I'm committed to doing it the right way. When you're committed 100%, that means I can't come tell you, yo, some furs fell off a truck in the alley. Let's go get it. It's an easy lick.
Right. No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? If you're committed, you'll think about it and you'll be like, nah, I'm done. I already said I'm done. That's it. That's where your commitment speaks for you.
Right.
No matter how easy the lick look.
No, I agree. But when we talk about the choices, right? Sometimes the choices that we make, man, coming from where we come from, man. Because I've seen a lot of interviews. Some brothers, I'm saying, who have done some time. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. They all say, I'm saying, we all have a choice to make. No sense, but your mindset, man. If your mind is warped, if you don't have those people, you know what I'm saying, in your ear, here and there, about doing the right thing. Because I asked the brother Ant, I'm saying, like, we all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and I make more than one mistake.
But you're human, you're entitled.
Right. But it goes back to, like you said, my choices. Sometimes we make the wrong choices by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel that every time, or especially the first time, you know what I'm saying, that you should be held accountable towards that, man. So yeah, we all got a choice. And sometimes, once again, we still make you make more than one mistake in life, man.
Exactly.
You can make more than one mistake in life. It could be the same mistake over and over and over.
All right, so like, look, I got a question for you. I'm just saying. I said, like, you had a sister, right? Your sister on drugs. You keep giving her money to fix her, but she keep buying drugs with the money. How long is it gonna take for you to stop giving her money because you know that she's gonna keep buying drugs with the money?
Well, you know what happens? This is what happens. I've been there before. And you know what happens is, I felt like this. I'd rather give you money than have you go out there and do something for it or take something from somebody. And even though sometimes things still happen, but for me, I'd rather give you the money to get the crack.
That's called enabling.
I already know that. I'm just talking about, I already know that. I already know that. I know that. But I'm just saying. This is what it is.
And it's also called mollifying.
That's cool.
You know mollifying?
You said modifying?
Yeah.
You said modifying?
Yeah, mollifying.
Mollifying or modifying?
Mollifying.
No, I don't know what
mollifying. Yeah, mollifying. No. Mollifying means that you're making an excuse for a wrong to make it right. Meaning,
that's cool. That's okay. That's cool. That's understandable.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
But once again, I got a choice to make.
No, we got the choice. No, we got the choice. No, I'm back to your sister though, with the thought that you said with your sister, as far as you enable you giving her, you'd rather give her the money than she doing this and that. That's where the mollifying come in. You know that's wrong. If that's your sister, you love her, get her ass off the street and put her in the program. You understand?
It's not. It's not that simple.
No, it's
You
not
know
that
that.
simple.
You can't.
We
It's
know
not.
it's not that simple.
This is once again, you got a choice to make. So you do that. She don't stay in the program. So what now? You let your sister run around. This is me.
No, then you grab her and you put it back in the program.
But
Different strokes, different folks. What works for
Or
you
cut off and
may
leave
not
her
work for
alone.
me. I understand.
that's what I'm saying though.
Huh?
I said that to say this. You're saying people make mistakes, right? So you would rather just give your sister the money to keep her from making the mistake.
Because now let me go. Let me say this. No, know this. I would do everything in my power to try to get her right. But you just said at some point you're grown. You'll make your own decision. I can't force her to go on no program. This is me. So I got a choice to let my sister run around the street. This is just me. And to do what she's doing, or ever in the street, or whatever the case may be. Or I could at times give her the money, go get her drugs, let her come in the crib, get high, whatever. That's just me.
So
just me.
how many mistakes is enough mistakes?
I can't say how much is enough straight before them. I can't speak for anybody else.
For you.
What do you mean? How much is enough?
If that was your sister, right? You was tired of giving her money for drugs. How much mistakes is enough mistakes? Like, when are you gonna be like, yo, I'm not giving you no more money?
When's enough?
I don't.
After the second time, third time,
I don't know. I don't know. See, for me, it's even one or two things like you said.
You're making your choice, your decision now with your heart. You know what I mean?
No,
it's fine for what you know.
I'm not. I'm telling you.
You just said you don't let her in your house to smoke.
Mac. This is what I would do. Now here you are with your perception about. Oh, now you're thinking with your heart. You can't question what's in my heart, man. You can't think for me, beloved. You can't do that. You can't do that. Just, I can't tell you what you thinking of or how I can't do it. You can't do that, beloved.
What I was saying is, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying in general.
What you just said. I'm going by what you just said out your mouth. You said you're thinking with your heart.
Exactly. That's exactly what I said. But I'm using that as an example, meaning that if you have a choice to make to save your sister's life, and you know what I mean, and her going down the path of killing herself or going to jail or whatever, and you choose not to do it because you love her and that's your sister, you know what I mean? And you just want to make sure everything is easy for her to get by, to get the drugs, so she don't have to do nothing to go out to hurt nobody, get it, or sell her body to get it, or get raped or kidnapped. You know what I mean? So then now you're thinking with your heart because you love her, but that's entitled. I mean that's
my, of course, that's my sister. Of course I love her. Huh? Of course I love her.
No, I know that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying, that you're making a choice with your heart. You understand? Like my mother, I love my mother to death. You understand what I'm saying? But my mother started messing with a dude that I didn't like, and I didn't like the way he was treating or whatever, and you know, I'm out there putting him out. So then my mother said, well, if he go, I go. So I said, well, you get out too. And I threw her bags on the street. You understand what I'm saying? But I did that with my head, and it hurt my heart, because that's the last thing I wanted to do to my mother. But as a man-child that she raised, this man was disrespecting you, and I protected you as your son. And then now you're telling me that if he goes, that you're trying to tell me at 20-something years old, that this is a normal behavior for this man to talk to you like this, that you call me from New York to come down and check the situation. I'll fly to Florida and I'll check the situation. And then you're telling me that if he leave, you leave.
But can I tell you this?
I love you with all my heart. So you think that I'm not the man that you raised me to be, you know what I mean? That I'm man enough to tell you, get your ass out too. Because that's how moms raised me. And you're not acting like my mother right now. So you need to get out my house so my mother could come back. Without that, you understand what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right. But you know what happens with these women? And it's just sad because, and I'm going based off a study and interviews that I've seen, women, men that spoke about it on numerous platforms. It's not. See, you said, no, I'm saying that the kid, or the mother, no, I'm saying, makes it seem like, I'm saying, like it's okay. And I don't believe that that's the fact that women, I'm saying, now maybe a few may
I
feel
can never
like,
say all of anything, big brother. I can never say all of anything. But what I'm saying is, you ask yourself, or ask any child that witnesses mother getting smacked when he's 4, 5, 6 years old, where he can't do anything to physically stop her. You ask that child, you know what I mean? What did your mother tell you was going on when she was getting beat by her boyfriend? What did your mother tell her?
she's not,
And downplayed it, and she downplayed it.
of
So
course she
she didn't
is.
work it.
Of course she is.
And
That's what they
that's where
do.
he gets
That,
it in his mind that it's normal, because she's telling him not to worry about it. It's normal, baby. That's the way adults
it's
play.
not. Well, no. You, but right. But she's doing that to exactly. So
Yeah,
you're right. It's not, so you watch this, and I'm saying, and you see it right now. This is what I'm saying. I can't speak for everybody else. So I'm going to say 50-50. I'm going to use the 50-50. I'm going to do 60%, 50-50. The average kid, and this is what I'm saying, goes back to how you see your perception, and what you see helps influence the choices that you make.
Exactly.
This is all I'm saying.
And you're right.
The things that you go through, you see, you witness, and you experience help influence the decisions and the choices that you make in life on a daily basis.
You're right.
So if you see something that's negative, it gives you a negative thought, and you manifest that thought. You made the choice to do it, but what you was doing, this is why when people go to court and they bring in all these these psychologists, I'm saying, they go deep into the situation, way deep into it.
And
So
they
when we
create
speak about it, it's just
that.
really about, you seen something happen for a couple of years, so he adapted to it. They seen it happen, you know what I'm saying? But so when we someone say, oh, but he made the choice to do it, like it was just, he just woke up and said, oh, I'm waking up today and be a killer. I'm waking up today and be a rapist. No, shit don't just happen like that.
Who said that?
I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just saying. I'm just speaking, and that's all. I'm not saying anybody say it. So when y'all talk about, you know what I'm saying, because the perception I got when y'all was saying, oh, everybody got choices to make. So if you just make the choice, then hey, you just fucked up. It ain't. No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying based on how you and Anthony were saying about the same way. Everybody got a choice to make. Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm saying based on how you and Anthony was emphasizing, everybody has a choice to make. And I reiterated, I know that everybody has a choice to make. I know this. Just like everybody's going to die.
It took you 30 minutes to say that, though. Huh? It took you 30 minutes to say that. Your argument is for 30 minutes.
I shouldn't have to say that's I'm 48 years old. That's common sense that everybody has choices. Mac, that's common sense.
Yeah.
To me, just like everybody's going to die. That's common sense.
No, but that's what I said. That's how the whole thing started. How we got here.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But when you speak, it's like you speak like you're saying, like as if I don't know this. Like, come on, bro. Like, Matt, like
I'm just having fun with you because I know you know that this.
No, right. No, right. See, it's one thing when you say you haven't seen you mix your fun up with the darts, and then you say, so it's cool, it's all right, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I'm just kicking it. But what I'm trying to get you to see is that when y'all spoke about the choices, and I was trying to tell Anthony about being curious and being intrigued, from what I know, the average kid growing up deals with some type, I'm going to say 50-50, some type of peer pressure.
Yeah.
Some type of peer pressure.
Yes.
So when you deal with peer pressure, if you're not mentally bugged out, of course, you're going to make a decision. I'm going to go with the homies and do some dumb shit, or I'm going to stay home in school and watch TV. You got a choice.
Yeah.
So if you go out being intrigued and curious about some dumb shit, I don't care how dumb it is. You go get a gun, you rob somebody, you beat somebody up, you make a boy give you some head, you steal something. You were curious. You were intrigued, so you wanted to, even though you know it was wrong. So you go do the wrong, you get caught. They're saying the consequence is not that great. Oh, this all that happened? Oh, shit, say about nothing. Do it again. You might get caught the first time. The consequences might be severe. Boom. You might come home, might never go back to jail again. Might never go back to jail again. I could come home, go back 2 or 3 times. So growing up, I'm going to say in the hood where you grew up a little before me. But for me growing up in the 80s and seeing how the streets and everything was, the buildings, how the people were, you know what I'm saying? And to see how things are now. And for me to know so much, being taught everything when I was a kid and have my own voice, really, like, you know, because, you know, I had to go to church and, you know, I couldn't really, because somebody else imposed their way of life on me. They imposed their, go to church, we don't do this, we don't eat that, we don't do that. So me growing up in somebody's household, I had to adhere to that lifestyle. So when I was exposed to things outside of that household, the park, the avenue, the weed, the games, the movie theater, all that, where I could go out and venture, I was exposed to something outside of my household now. Everybody is. Just like I just saying, you got people that go to church, you know saying? They say the women are the freakiest. This, that, and the third. People. So, you know, you. This is why they say, how they say, opposites attract. That's all it is. I had to go through some of them things in order for me to grow through to where I'm at today. Now, am I saying that if I didn't go through what I went through?
That's called loving the hell that you go through so that you can be right.
Exactly. And I see that. And
like walking through hell with gasoline drawers on, knowing that God got you. Because you'll be all right.
And exactly. So I would like to turn in. See, it's a right to have all type of questions. You know what I'm saying? But what happens is when you have conversations like these, I listen to everything everybody says. Some things I agree with. Some like, damn, man, they believe that, she believe that. That's crazy. And somebody might feel the same thing about me. But one thing I know is that if you don't get the proper education, first and foremost, it makes it that much difficult. Because you could teach me about philosophy, economics, geometry, biology. If I don't know the first hand about what it is to be me, or who my mother and my father is, or where I come from, or where I'm headed, or the dynamics of life, you know what I'm saying? It makes it that much harder.